You can believe what happened over here, man. Got real warm out there in the middle of the house. Somebody had you and cops came out here. Told me I was just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. Stand up for mine. You better believe it, 'cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy. 'Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. 'Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. I'm giving you a chance, you see boy. The devil in a glance, boy. The devil in a glance, boy. I can knock you out your pants, boy. Knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house.
I got a baby girl inside this house, and right now she's sound asleep. So it's probably best for the both of us if you just turn around and leave. Cause if you come in this fucking house, then you too gonna go to sleep. I promise you, boy, don't play with me. I pray to God my soul to keep. Especially this day and age, gotta handle shit our own way. With a 30-30 horse 12 gauge behind this door, you're hella weight. My old lady, she rides too, picking up every shell case, mopping up these blood stains, but she ain't seen a damn thing. Most of my people are convicts, hard-headed, no nonsense. So please approach with caution. You never know who's watching. You never know what's on the other side of that front door, and you knocking. Might step out like motherfuckers get to dropping. All the neighbors heard was the dogs barking. The sun was down, it was getting dark, and I told the sheriff it ain't no problems, man. I was just taking out the garbage. So if you don't mind, please excuse me. I'm with the family trying to watch a movie. I'm sure you got better things to do, so I'll let you go and get back to doing.
Coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Cause these are my people. And this is my land. This is my land. And this is what we pray for. And this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country. This is who I am. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy.
Some neighbors heard some gunshots. They wanted me to come check it out. I was just taking out trash. And I ain't heard nothing. We've been hanging out, you know. Ain't nothing going on around here. I just got the kids in the house and stuff like that. We're just hanging out, having a good old time. Gotcha. Yeah, man. That's it? Sounds good to me. All right, y'all take it easy. Have a good night, man. You too, man. You ain't gonna believe what happened over here, man. We're gonna go out there and really came in the house. Cops came out here. Told me I was just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. And this is what we pray for. to my house. So welcome to my house. I'm a stand-up for mine. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. I'm giving you a chance, you see boy. The devil in a glance, boy. The devil in a glance, I can knock you out your pants, boy. Knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country. This is who I am. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house.
I got a baby girl inside this house, and right now she's sound asleep. So it's probably best for the both of us if you just turn around and leave. Cause if you come in this fucking house, then you too gonna go to sleep. I promise you, boy, don't play with me. I pray to God my soul to keep. Especially this day and age, gotta handle shit our own way. With a 30 horse 12 gauge behind this door, you're hella weight. My old lady, she rides too, picking up every shell case, mopping up these blood stains, but she ain't seen a damn thing. Most of my people are convicts, hard-headed, no nonsense. So please approach with caution. You never know who's watching. You never know what's on the other side of that front door. And you knocking, might step out like motherfuckers get to dropping. All the neighbors heard was the dogs barking. The sun was down, it was getting dark, and I told the sheriff it ain't no problems, man. I was just taking out the garbage. So if you don't mind, please excuse me. I'm with the family trying to watch a movie. I'm sure you got better things to do, so I'll let you go and get back to doing.
Coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country. This is who I am. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy.
Got a call about a disturbance. Some neighbors heard some gunshots. They wanted me to come check it out. I was just taking out trash, and I ain't heard nothing. We've been hanging out, you know. Ain't nothing going on around here. I just got the kids in the house and stuff like that. We're just hanging out, having a good old time. Gotcha. Yeah, man. That's it. Sounds good to me. All right, y'all take it easy. Have a good night, man. You too, man. You ain't gonna believe what happened over here, man. We're gonna run out there and look at the house. Somebody had and cops came out here. Told me I was just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. I'ma stand up for mine. You better believe it, 'cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away. And get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy. 'Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. 'Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. I'm giving you a chance, you see boy. The devil in a glance, boy. The devil in a glance, boy. I can knock you out your pants, boy. Knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Kansas Speedway located in Kansas City, Kansas, for the next race of the hashtag Strong as a Mac charity night here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Good evening, everybody. I'm Greg Rent. Brett Wheeler will be joining me here for this 135 lap, 200-mile race at the mile and a half Kansas Speedway tonight. Race number 3 here of hashtag Strong as a Mac tonight here on UDTV. Joining me real quick to give a little bit more information on this is Brandon Morgan. And Brandon, you've been kind of one of the guys putting this together. Go ahead and tell the folks at home who may be checking out the first race of the night for themselves here on this one, as this is a little bit different from what they've seen so far. Tell us a little bit about what's going on tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks, Greg. So basically, for everybody just joining us here, this is the 4th race of 4 for the Strong as a Mac of charity race. Mac is Michaela Scheib. She's my niece, and she was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. She went under the knife yesterday. They got everything removed. They're saying she's not going to have chemo as of right now, but I started the GoFundMe, and the guys at the Firm Motorsports wanted to do a charity race to kind of help offset the cost from the medical and hotels and driving back and forth to multiple appointments that she's going to have now, and then follow-ups coming on. So yeah, we're really thankful for everybody here, even Dirt TV, Ultimate Dirt TV coming out and doing the broadcast on what appears to not be a dirt track here at Kansas Speedway. So thanks to everybody for showing up, and I think it's going to be a good race tonight, and it's all for a great event.
And of course, a PayPal link is in the description here for any race fans out there to donate to. Understanding they have already eclipsed the goal, and we are trying to drive it up as high as we can get it here tonight. Practice just wrapped up. Qualifying coming up here in just a moment, so we'll let Brandon go down and get ready for his qualifying lap. The drivers are on the clock now. 5-minute qualifying session, 2 laps going to be posted. Drivers rolling out on track now for their qualifying laps here as we get set for a little bit different. Again, this is Ultimate Dirt TV, but this is not a dirt track. This is a 1.5 mile asphalt tri-oval, and this thing is fast. This is going to be by far the highest speeds that these guys are going. They'll be capping out almost 200 miles an hour here on this 1.5 mile racetrack. Qualifying is underway. Cars are on track, as you see. One of those drivers you've seen right now is Cole Duggar in the number 11. Was second in practice. He goes out to try and set himself up for a good starting spot. Just a couple drivers taking time thus far.
Oh, Greg, one thing I forgot to tell you is that Ryan Ferruget in the 25 car, that's actually a Max car that she has for NASCAR that was created by Kevin Fry of 21 Designs. So that'll be a car to check out as he's doing his qualifying. That's the Michaela Scheib car right there with Ryan Ferruget at the wheel.
That's that car right there, number 25. So definitely keep an eye on this car being driven by Ryan Ferruget. Fastest so far is Jeremy Weigel in the number 5 right now with a 29.925. Scratch that. Jeremy Parker to the top in a 29.676, 3/10 difference as Brendan Howell goes second. So drivers coming in, 18 drivers taking time thus far. Still got about 6 or 7 left on pit road that have yet to go out on racetrack yet to set up for their qualifying lap. Now, unlike dirt racing, here, what we've seen tonight with 30, 40 lap main events, this is 135 laps, 200 miles. Billy Brickley to the top, 00 on screen, number 2 on the ticker, 29.533 fastest lap of the day thus far. But this is very different than what these drivers are used to. Most of these drivers are used to short 40-lap feature events. For them, 40 laps could be considered a long feature. This is entirely different. 135 laps on a 1.5 mile racetrack. Only, though, a 1 hour and 25-minute time limit here in this race. That could come into play if this race turns into a race where cautions breed cautions, which we have seen in the past here at Kansas. Want to take this opportunity now to bring in my co-announcer for this evening, Brett Wheeler. And Brett, you've been on the call pretty much all night here for the hashtag Strong as a Mac event. Tell the folks who may be, again, watching their first race of the night here for this event, what have we seen so far with these guys, as these guys have been running pretty much all 4 races in amongst themselves, but in 4 very different types of cars.
Yeah, we had Pro Late Models up first. Yeah, that was a good race where it went all on the top side, and some drivers were able to make the bottom side work. The big block modified race at Liveland was good. Again, that was a bit of a freight train on the top, but a very, very slick racetrack on the course. Sprintcars really turned it on as well at Eldora. But you said 125 laps around here?
135, 135, 200 miles.
I'm trying to shorten the race. So you're telling me get comfortable. We could be in for a long night.
We very well could be. The good news about Kansas is this track is very, very, I won't say drawn out, but this is a track with multi-groove racing. You're able to find a line and stick with it. So you can expect to see some long green flag runs here tonight. 21 drivers have qualified here thus far. Billy Brickley on top in the number 2 on ticker. He's going to be 00 on your screen. You're watching Trent Cameron right now, car number 36 rolling around. So these drivers not used to asphalt. We counted. We only saw a few drivers with considerable asphalt experience here tonight. Pavement drivers or dirt drivers on pavement. This could be a very interesting race. This qualifying just wrapping up. We're down into the final few seconds here as Cameron is going to settle into 6th. Nice first lap there, but he's only going to get the 1, and we're already set for our 135 lap feature event, Brett.
Yeah, just before we get into those qualifying results, I tell you, we'll go through the qualifying results quickly. Billy Brickley, quick time 29.533, nearly a tenth and a half quicker over Jeremy Parker, who actually picked up a Pro Late Model win earlier this evening, so he's already picked up a win. Brendan Howe in 3rd quick, Jeremy Weigel, Josh Van Manen round out your top 5. Just to go through and just let everybody know, we were trying to get to the 2,500 mark by the end of the sprint car race at Eldora. I can tell you we have successfully passed that one. As it stands at the moment, the total amount raised via the GoFundMe, $2,655. So now the next goal is 3,000. We've also got a little announcement after the race. Not organised by us, but we do have a little announcement. In fact, it's not a little one. It's a big announcement. So stay tuned for that one. But Greg, we've got the starting grid about to come up onto your screen, and we've only got 1 lap to get this done. So we'll go. What do you reckon? Should we go? Yeah, we'll do it asphalt style. We'll go from the front to the back. Billy Brickley starts on pole position to the outside of the front row. Jeremy Parker, position number 2.
Gonna find Brendan Howell rolling off in the 3rd spot with Jeremy Weigel to his outside in 4th. Weigel is yet to grid so far, still waiting on him to start his motor.
Josh Van Manen will start out of position number 5, and Trent Cameron, the 36 machine, will start position number 6.
Some William Byron vibes on Michael Schwartz in the number 24. Watch for the Exalta Chevy with Jason Bells to his outside in 8th.
Position number 9, it's Austin Drucke to his outside. The Team Outlaw Motorsports, number 11 machine of Cole Duggar, position number 10.
Some dirt numbers on the 114 of Joe Garcia in the 11th spot. Daniel Kelly will start alongside him in 12th as we begin to roll.
We go to row number 7, out of position number 13. That's going to be Tyler McGoldrick, and to his outside, Ryan Frugier, position number 14.
Running at the top 15 will be Dante Brown, and I love the look of the number 99 X-side entry of Jordan Etter. He'll be number 65 on screen, or on ticker.
Terry Mellon will start position number 17. Benjamin Burke lines up at a position number 18.
Bryce Barris in the number 11 starts off in 19th. Right now at the top 20 is Jason Randolph. We'll get through the rest of the field very quickly because we're getting set to take the green flag. Brandon Morgan, Jonathan Paquette, Ryan Nielsen, and Tyler Schultz as the green flag gets ready to fall here for 135 laps at Kansas.
Well, Greg, what can we expect around Kansas here tonight with the asphalt side of things?
Expect to see some multi-groove racing here at Kansas. What that means, you're going to see guys riding the wall. You're going to see guys down on the apron, 3, even 4 wide if they really can. And we're understanding that the green flag has been delayed. The pace laps have been extended a little bit here to get these drivers a little bit some drivers are dropping to the rear is the reason that we understand for this, and taking some EOL penalties here, end of longest line penalties, to fall in line, and they'll have to work their way through. Good news is 135 laps to do it.
All right. Well, there are some prizes on offer as well, and we'll go through those prizes right now. Of course, each feature winner will receive a custom feature winner board sponsored by, of course, B&B Wrap. So thank you to those guys. Butt Kicker providing one Butt Kicker Gamer 2 prize as well. FEGPC sponsoring up a $25 iRacing gift card. 21 Designs giving 2 free paints with spec maps and also 2 free paints without the spec maps. Apex Auto Glass and Tinting sponsoring up 4 25 Amazon gift cards. ABR Setup Shop giving 2 packs of setups and 2 free setups for a car and a track of their choice, followed by a one-on-one free coaching session with Alex Bergeron. CK Paint providing $20 for a hard charger in each class. And of course, we've also got a new one as well, KDC Photography, going to donate an 11 pack of photos to a random finisher in the feature event tonight. So again, a big thank you to all those wonderful sponsors and people that have helped jump on board with this wonderful event. But Greg, the green flag is out and we are underway, and I've got to tone it down. I'm used to getting excited by now, but I've got 135 laps to get through.
135 laps the distance tonight. Billy Brickley breaking out to the early lead, but keep your eyes right behind him. Brendan Howell driving the Dale Jr. Tribute here in the 88 National Guard Chevy 2 is inside their side-by-side through turns 3 and 4 and off of 4, coming to complete lap 1. Give it to Brendan Howell. He's going to lead lap 1 in the National Guard Chevy. 1 down, 134 to go.
And the yellow
caution is out already.
Yeah, yellow is going to be out very, very early on. And what kind of time frame are we looking at for pace lap around here?
We're gonna be able to expect pace laps being a little over a minute, so it's gonna be interesting time limit wise here. We take a look at a replay. Oh, the 114 getting a little bit loose off of turn number 4, and fortunately there was another car right there and got into him. Let's take another look at it. You see the 114 break loose right in front of, I believe that was the 12 that got collected. And you'll have to forgive me, I'm still learning these names here for this series. As you see it break out, that's put us under our first caution here on lap number 2.
Tell you what, I'll forgive you for that, and forgive me for coming to. I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for the exit to find the dirt track. I think I'm lost.
Hey, all is forgiven. Here in this one, they're all following the iRacing pace car. Working lap number 3 under caution. Brendan Howell got to the lead over Billy Brickley, who set the fast time. And we were talking in the booth beforehand. A lot of people pointed to that 00 of Brickley as being the guy to watch here in this race. The highest rated asphalt driver in the race here tonight, but we've talked about ratings don't really mean a whole lot when it comes to races like this, and that's more or less just a matter of ranking drivers. When it comes to on track, it's all about that on track, what happens on track. And as we saw, Joe Garcia in the 114 already having issues going around, and he's got work to do here, but a long way to do it again as well.
Yeah, well, I guess you could probably call that, bring that back down to inexperience on the asphalt side of things. You know, as you said, a lot of these drivers, more predominantly on the dirt side, whether it's big blocks, whether it's late models, UMP modified, street stock, sprint cars. It doesn't matter if they're on the dirt and they come over to the asphalt side of things. It's a different type of racing. You've got to have strategy, but you've also got to look after the tires underneath you as well.
And that's something that's very key here in long races like this. 135 laps here at 1.5 miles. Sounds like a long time, but it's really not. So you could be tempted to really try to make a run for it and go as hard as you can. As you see him stacking up 2x2 here behind the iRacing sedan pace car to get set to go. But 135 laps sounds like a lot, really not. Only 200 miles. It can go quickly here if this race goes green. They have 2 additional sets of tires available to them on pit road. Pit stops is not something these guys are common to. Hot pit, road, not something dirt drivers see very often. So definitely going to be interesting to watch the pit strategy here in this race specifically, because of the fact you got a lot of guys in the field who aren't used to having some spare tires to their availability here tonight. They've got 2 extra sets to play with here. So now you got some drivers trying to figure out when to pit, when to stay out. So this is going to be interesting to watch them all come together. There's only 2 available sets though too. You don't want to take those too early. With a race like this, you want to try to maybe split the race into thirds. However, with the rate that the laps go, that can be very difficult, and you got to keep the time limit in count as well, as we get set to go back underway. Field in the hands of Howell and Brickley. Green flag back in the air. Lap number 5 underway.
And another thing to keep an eye on as well is how they get in, like how they enter the pits. As you said, inexperience and how they enter the pit road, because you got a speed limit on pit road, and if you go over that, you'll get a penalty. But right now, action on track. The 00 machine of Billy Brickley on the outside. The 40 of Jeremy Parker, again a feature winner in the pro late models at the start of the night at the virtual Knoxville Raceway, finds himself sitting in that 2nd position right now, tucked in behind Brendan Howell, your race leader. Greg, would you have a lot of draft here at a racetrack like this or not?
See, normally on a 1.5 miles, no, but with this current aero package, as Parker and Brickley almost got together, with this high downforce aero package that these Gen 6 Cup cars use, yes, draft will come into play here, and it's going to be very interesting to watch them go. And it's been something that's been very interesting to watch here on the pavement side, especially on these 1.5 mile Cup tracks. Drafting becoming a factor at some of these tracks as the field begins to get spread out here after the near miss off of turn number 2 the time before. It's very interesting to watch draft here at a 1.5 mile racetrack, something you don't normally see. So that's definitely going to be something else these drivers have to learn. They got to learn what they can and can't do in the draft if the caution's out again.
Wow, the 37 of Jason Bells, he's just been hit from pillar to post, and so he's going to flip all the way down the back straightaway, and that's you know what? I'm going to give him that a 9.5 out of 10, just for the simple fact that he probably done about 6 or 7 barrel rolls, landed on all 4s, and took off again. We'll take a look at your strong as a Mac instant replay. So there's 1, 2. He hits the wall. He gets hit from behind again. Oh, he might have saved that one. Comes back on the racetrack and ouch. Ready? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. 6 barrel rolls. Lands on all 4s. That's a 9.5 out of 10. I'll give that one. He stuck the landing.
Style points indeed on the number 37. Let's take another look at this. That's Cole Duggar right there in the number 11. Going to the inside.
Jason Bells in the 37 it was.
You see the smoke right there as you see some of the field coming through. There's the 37. This is the lap before, so haven't missed anything yet. Watching them roll here. This is 3 and 4. This accident happened off of turn number 2. And you can see right there, the draft right there, Brett, is what we're talking about. And you see him kind of going high there. That's designed to try to keep the engine temperatures down. Oh, he caught the wall right there on the front stretch. He collects a couple of cars. And right there is Cole Duggar getting involved. Ryan Frugier involved. And he gets the wall right there. There's more contact. And right here you think, well, okay, that was fun, but it's over. And bam! And hold on tight. And hopefully he does not have a VR headset on. Otherwise, he probably would need a change of clothes because he may have just puked over himself if that was the case.
Yeah, well, I mean, back at Eldora in the Sprintcars, we had one camera, the same cameraman, twice. Actually have to go and have a wardrobe change. He got that close to the action. Just to say, it scared the bejeebus out of him. And we had to send Jimmy, the security guard, to actually go pick him up and take him back to his spot. So there's already been a lot of action between the cameraman and our security guard. And I don't know if you met Jimmy, but he was a bit of a pain in the backside. Let me through the door again. I left my pass in my car, and he goes, well, no pass, no entrance. I was like, come on, Jimmy, you know it's me. But he was adamant. He's sticking by the rules.
Hey, sometimes that's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to stick by the rules. Lights still on the pace car. Second caution here. Already 13 minutes into the time limit and only an hour and 25 minutes on the time limit. At the rate we're going, this race could possibly fall into a time limit crunch. Now, what would happen in that case if the time limit were to expire at the hour and 25-minute mark? The white flag would be displayed at the next time the leader crosses the line. So when the time limit expires, it automatically cuts to 2 laps to go wherever they are on track, and the white flag comes out the next time the leader crosses the line. So something very much to keep an eye on here. Hour 25 minutes on the time limit. Some drivers coming around back onto the lead lap, getting wave arounds from the race officials to get themselves back onto the lead lap, all chasing Brendan Howe right now in the number 8. Looks like a couple of drivers came down pit road here to get some service done, including our pole sitter Billy Brickley, as he's fallen back to 10th now under this caution.
Just got to wonder, is Billy Brickley going into, and it's only, I know it's only 9 or 10 laps in, but does he go in, get a set of tires? Surely it'd be too early for tires, but I thought I might have heard race control say that they're actually going to not have a limit on the tires. So, I mean, if they have gone unlimited tires, well, I mean, wouldn't be a silly idea to go in and try and make your way back through the field again.
Well, we were told in the pre-race notes it was going to be 2 sets of tires, but looking at the updates, yes, unlimited tires. So yeah, if you want to, you can take a set of tires every single caution if you want, even if it is 5 laps. So no doubt some drivers are going to think, you know what, that might not be too bad idea. Keep that fresh rubber on as much as possible as they stack up behind the iRacing sedan pace car. Track temperature is only 79 degrees. There is going to be a lot, and I mean a lot of grip in this track. 79 degrees on a 1.5 mile pavement track. That is ice cold for a racing surface. A lot of grip in these tires. You're not going to see the wear fall off as you would in a day race here, as we are under the lights here at Kansas. That's going to help out the tire wear situation with a lot more grip in the tires as the race unfolds.
All right, well, looking at getting this race resumed here at the Kansas Speedway. Cup cars here for the hashtag Strong as a Mac charity event. This is race number 4, and the lights are out, and the field goes into the 2x2 restart formation. And Greg, we're getting set to start lap number 12 here out of 135.
Underway, Trent Cameron trying to get a run off in the outside lane, but unfortunately he's not the control car. He must yield back to Brendan Howe before he crosses the line, which he does there, and that was unfortunate because he had a big run. Look at him already starting to fan out. 3 wide back there for the 6th position. Caution out immediately though, as it doesn't look like everyone was able to get through there, as the caution lights have come on once again here at Kansas.
I think Trent Cameron, again, the inexperience on dirt, as we take a look at the Strong as a Mac instant replay. There is the 37, 4 wide there. Bell's on the outside. Oh, the 97 car just getting on the inside. And going off 97 cars, I believe that might be Tyler Schultz, and he might be driving the Outlaw Boss School of Dirt. Team Outlaw Motorsports, and going off by how much our producer is having a bit of a giggle in the background, I'm going to say I'm correct, and well, those courses have certainly paid off for him. But yeah.
Well, the good news here, Brett, is also looking through the rest of the rules of the race. Also, no fast repair limit here in this race, as I think our admins may have realized, hey, these are guys with not a lot of pavement experience. There's going to be some bent fenders and flaring tempers, so they put unlimited fast repairs on. So we can see the race winner, if it ultimately comes to it. We could see the race winner have even 3, 4, 5 incidents where they have to come in and get a new car and still win, just because of the fact that there's unlimited fast repairs. And for these guys, 135 laps is a marathon, and we're already on our 3rd caution, only 14 laps in. So it looks like track position is going to be very, very key here for the rest of this race.
Yeah, I wouldn't be again. I wouldn't be surprised if a winner was to come from deep in the field. But as you said, no limit on the fast repairs, no limit on the tires as well. So I guess it just sort of takes that. Well, You know, it's the mentality game as well. Well, you know what? If I crash, if I can drive back to pit road, I'm going to get that car fixed. I'm going to come back and have a brand new car. But at the same time, you know, they do that, or if they get involved in an incident, they're still going to come through the field anyway. So they're still going to pass. You know, we look at 23 cars on the racetrack. You know, so if for some reason, you know, Brendan Howe, he blows the motor, right, he gets pushed back to pit road by the car behind him, Trent Cameron. He'll go and get a new car. The motor's all fixed. He'll have to come through the field. If we do see a driver win from the back of the field, you know it's going to be entertaining, because to pass, you know, 22 or 21, 22 cars, depending on where you're going to restart in, you know, this type of racetrack, they're certainly going to make some moves that, you know, maybe they wouldn't make. Maybe we might even see a slide job.
Very well could, and that has happened here at Kansas before, as the track that the slide job moment Dale Jr. had, the famous slide job moment, was Chicagoland. That is a twin track to this track, so very much is possible. You mentioned we could see a driver come from the back and win this race. Well, the biggest mover of the race is Benjamin Burke in that X-side number 99. He is up 11 spots from 18th starting position. He is up to 7th now in the old Jeff Burton tribute X-side Ford, I believe, sitting in 7th spot right now. You'll see him come in the screen right there. There he is. Oh, it's a Camaro. That paint scheme ran on a Ford, but that is a Chevy Camaro that Benjamin Burke is driving here tonight. But he's the biggest mover of the race thus far. Already plus 11 on tonight. 3 drivers currently being scored in the top 10. Started outside of the top 10. And our pole sitter, Billy Brickley, being scored outside of the top 10 in 11th right now. Shows you how much flux has already happened here in these opening 15 laps.
Yeah, a number of drivers have moved forward. A number of drivers, have moved backwards. You talk about Benjamin Burke, who has moved up 11 spots. How about Jason Randolph? You know, starter position 20. He's up to 10, so he's up 10 position. Ryan Fruge, as you said, started outside the top 10. He started in 14th. He's up to 8th position. But then you look at the other end of the spectrum, the other end of the scale, drivers that have lost positions. Austin Drucke, he started 9th. He's back in 19th position, so he's down 10 spots. But Jason Bells, the car number 37 machine, who sits in 23rd spot, he started position number 8, so he's a minus 15. I think we need to tell Jason that it's not golf. It's not lower score wins.
The good news for Bells is long way to go. And again, the unlimited fast repairs is really going to be a help for that 37. He's already had to take 2 of them in his Ford Mustang. Getting set here for another restart. Brendan Howell in that number 88, the Dale Jr. tribute on the gun, has been the control car for the entirety of the race, with the exception of the initial start. He has led every single lap here so far at Kansas. Trent Cameron in 2nd, Jeremy Weigel in 3rd, Schwartz, Van Man, Parker, Burke, Fruge, Duggar, and Randolph, your top 10. Getting set for a restart here on lap 17. Just over an hour left in the time limit, and still a long way to go. This race could very well become very interesting as the pace car ducks off field, back in the hands of Brendan Howell, who's going to break away. And I think you're seeing right now here, Brett, you're seeing some experience on the part of Brendan Howell on these restarts. He knows what to do on the restarts, carries it off very nicely into turn number 1. Field begins to fan out, and it looks like things are settling down, and not surprised to see them take a much more cautious approach here on this restart after 3 cautions on the restarts so far, and not surprised at all to see them starting to settle things down and just say, all right, let's click some laps away here.
Yeah, I think race control might have had something to say about that one. It's like, hey, you know, we're only 15 laps into a 135 lap race. You know, let's settle down. Let's find the groove and then make your move. So right now, that's what we're seeing. Jeremy Parker to the inside here on the 5. That's Josh Van Marnen. Van Marnen, well, not used to running inside of a top 5, but right now he sits in position number 5. But now here comes Cole Duggar. Look at him, 3 wide on the inside, and Cole Duggar, man, he's really making some moves, taking some names here at Kansas.
Cole Duggar, one of those guys with experience, is the 40 breaking loose. Jeremy Parker, what a save in turns 3 and 4 by the 40, as now Billy Brickley to the inside. Parker going to be the big loser there in that one. He's going to lose a couple of positions, but wow, that could have been scary for him, but a nice save by Jeremy Parker. Up front, still Brendan Howell right now. Drivers were kind of pinballing off the wall deep in the field. Jason Randolph and Joe Garcia were the big losers in that one. The 114 of Garcia got the wall on the initial restart. Is that battle continuing for 16th right now, right behind Ryan Fruget in the hashtag Strong as a Mac entry, number 25, but they are slicing the dice and deep in the field, 3 wide here across the line.
Yeah, this is great racing so far. And again, on that restart, oh, there it is.
God,
That dreaded yellow flag is back out onto the racetrack. It's going to be
and it's the 114.
Yeah, it's Joe Garcia.
And Garcia, remember, he was... Sorry, Brad. Remember, he was one of those ones that had the issue on the restart. And this looked very similar to what it was on the restart. Same spot as he got the number on that one as Brandon Morgan gets a piece. I believe that may have been the 84 of Paquette who got a piece of that as well. Yes, it was.
Tough break there for Joe Garcia in the 114 entry. He's now down 10 positions. Make that 11 as he just cycles back down to 21st spot. Tyler Schultz going back to pit road as well, whether he's got some on that race car. But how about the move from Cole Duggar? That number 11 machine decided to make it 3 wide. And tell you what, we might actually try and just tap into the radio here and try and chat to the driver of that number 11 machine. Cole, that was a pretty gutsy move, pretty ballsy move to say the least, but you made it work.
Yeah, it looked like they were kind of getting loose up top in the middle a little bit, so I figured if I went down there and kind of got by him through the corner, maybe I wouldn't be affected if anything happened in the corner.
All right, strategy coming into this one. What's the reason for your pit road here?
Tires and fuel. Unlimited tires, and still can't make it all the way on fuel. Might as well make it a one-stop race if we go green all the way.
Oh, that's it seems like a long time. You're one of the drivers that have got a little bit more experience on the asphalt side of things. Has anybody taught you about those pit stop strays, or you sort of picked it up along the way?
I've just kind of picked it up along the way for sure. I assumed you could go about 60 laps or so on fuel just based on previous races. And so I'm just guessing that's about how much I have left. And we've got 113 or 112 to go once we go green, and we'll see what happens.
All right, well, we'll let you get back and catch back up to the rest of the field. Thanks for your time, buddy. We'll try and chat to you throughout the race, of course.
Thanks, Brett.
All right, Greg, that was Cole Duggar, one of the drivers that was already taken some names early on in this 135 lap of it. It's going to be, again, you heard it, coming in for tyres and fuel, unlimited tyres, and I guess that just sort of helps her. But tyres, for a driver that's now going to be restarting in 16th position compared to the driver that's going to restart, Brendan Howe, Jeremy Weigel, Trent Cameron, what kind of lap time, what kind of differential lap times can we see between, the likes of, say, Brendan Howe, who's going to have a clear track up front, and the likes of Cole Duggar, who's going to be, stuck in the mid-pack with a fresh set of tyres?
Well, we'll see what all happens with that, because here's the thing. Yes, the tires are getting a little bit older on Brendan Howell, but we haven't had a whole lot of green flag racing so far. So really the main difference is heat cycles. Looking over Brendan Howell's lap times on that last run in the 30.3 second bracket. Meanwhile, Cole Duggar, we can expect him to be laying down somewhat similar to his qualifying time or practice time, as his qualifying time is a 30.2. You can expect probably some very low 30s, even high 29s for Duggar here on these fresh tires. For Brendan Howell, we haven't really seen a long enough green flag run for tires to really become a factor just yet. It's all a matter of getting through traffic at this point.
All right, so we'll wait for the green flag to come out here as the safety car goes back to pit road, and Brendan Howell, he gets on that gas pedal, and we're back underway. Jeremy Weigel. Craig, do you have to hold your line until you get to the start-finish line? If you're on the outside, can you just cut down straight on the inside line before you get to that start-finish line? Is that a rule?
Typically, you have to maintain your line before the or you cross the start finish line. Now, that does not mean you cannot try to jockey for a position. You can pass on the outside, but you have to stay in whatever line you were in, aka the car that was next to you. You cannot go up into their line or down into their line. And you see that become kind of a struggle for some drivers here at Kansas as this race will continue to unfold here. Weigel is up to second now. Number 20 on screen, number 5 on your ticker, Trent Cameron, Michael Schwartz, and the number 5 making his way up, Josh Van Man. He's number 13 on your ticker over Benjamin Burke. Here comes Jordan Eder in the 65. Some action going on deep in the field here as things really begin to settle down. I'm keeping my eyes on Cole Duggar into number 11 on those fresh tires as he's trying to go 3 wide again off of turn number 4, but has to back out of it as he cannot get around the number 12 of Terry Mellon before he goes to the outside here, loses the spot to Brandon Morgan. So Duggar kind of pinned in the back there, and that's just a product of the draft that we see on this racetrack as opposed to plate racing, where draft is the main cohort of racing. The drivers are still getting used to it here at Kansas with this new aero package that's only been around in NASCAR for 3 years now. They debuted this package in 2019. Drivers still having a hard time learning it to get it down pat on the mile and a halves.
Yeah, just looking at the lap times there, just a couple of laps ago, Billy Brickley, one of the drivers sort of spoke about during the pre-race stuff, who was got the more experience on the asphalt side of things. 2 laps ago, he turned a 30.08. The next closest to him was the guys out in front, and they were 30.5. So, yeah, he was 0.4 of a second quicker, and to do that in the mid pack of or fighting up towards your top 10, it looks like to me he's on fresher tires. Like that lap time by 30.02, your race leader a 30.41. He is really coming on strong right now in these after that restart.
Brickley trying to make a move to the outside, but the guy that I'm watching is really making some way is the number 37 of Jason Bells. He had a rough start in his number 37 Ford Mustang, has already had to take 2 fast repairs, but I've been watching him since this restart. He is charging through the field up just to 13th position away from the number 14, the Clint Boyer, Tony Stewart entry there, Tyler McGoldrick. And looking, I believe that's a Chevy, so that would be the Tony Stewart version. But Jason Bells, he is just driven around him, just drove around Jason Randolph for 12th, going after the 9 now of Daniel Kelly, who's number 15 on ticker. Boy, that can get pretty confusing here after a little bit as we try to get that all settled down, as Bell's going to go to the outside to break into the top 10. Next up is Druick in that number 19 on ticker, 22 on screen. I'm telling you right now, Bells is the fastest car on the racetrack. He is charging through the field.
Yeah, just looking at those lap times now there. Cole Duggar, he just hit a 30.28. The likes of Austin Druicki, Jason Bells, those type of guys who are stuck in the mid pack, 30.6. So Duggar, nearly half a second quicker. He goes 0.3 of a second quicker. But Billy Brickley now up to position number 4. He'll look to challenge for 3rd as well. He is absolutely holding A55 right now. Billy Brickley, he is an absolute man on a mission, and he's coming to the front, and he's doing it very, very quickly.
For reference, race leader Brendan Howell was a 37.34 that last time by. Billy Brickley a 30.425. So definitely those fresh tires now beginning to come into effect as we finally get some laps clicked away here. That's already the longest green flag run of the way. Brendan Howell has led every lap thus far, but he's in trouble because Brickley, Duggar, Bells, and company are all coming through the field in a big hurry.
Yeah, Billy Brickley is now up on the inside there on Michael Schwartz. Brickley, 3rd at the start-finish line. Now, Jeremy Weigel, the next car on his radar. You see that 88 machine of Brendan Howell. That's your race leader, Brickley. Makes some moves to the inside. Weigel going to let him go on by and just say, right, well, you know what? You got a faster car. You got fresher tires. I'll sit here. I'll follow you, and I'll try and make a run back up on the outside. So a nice little 3-car battle for positions number 2, 3, and 4. But right now, Brickley coming after, closing in on your race leader, Brendan Howell. But look at Josh Van Martin as well in that number 5 machine. He is starting to pester Michael Schwartz for that 4th position.
Van Manen in that number 5, trying to pester Schwartz, like you just mentioned, closing in, and Jordan Eder trying to keep on as well. But he's got to be careful because here comes Duggar and Bells and company charging through the field. And Cole Duggar, he just cracked the top 10 with this pass right here. And he's going to go 3 wide. We're going to go 3 wide off of turn number 4. Cole Duggar, you mentioned Brickley being a man on a mission. By the way, he's up to 2nd now, as is Cole Duggar. He just moved into the 8th position and is still charging through the field. So we got a couple of drivers very, very much coming through the field in a big hurry. As Brickley, though, he's closing in. It's now within half a second of Howell for the race lead. There's Brickley in the 00. We go on board him, and you can see that number 88 getting bigger and bigger in the windshield. Going to be 100 laps to go. This time by the line, a century grind remains at Kansas.
Well, still plenty of laps. 100 laps still remaining. Again, on board the Billy Brickley entry, the 00 machine. Really closed in just now 0.2 of a second. He was 0.3 of a second quicker on the previous lap. So it just goes to show you, maybe taking those tires at the start of the race has been probably the right move for Brickley. But Brendan Howell just managing to still hold on to the race lead. And right now, no doubt that Brendan Howell, he'll be looking in his mirror. He'll be looking at his relative and just be thinking, well, I'm just going to keep the car underneath me, keep it nice and straight. And they are the 2 fastest cars on the racetrack. They are the only drivers on that last lap to get below the 31-second mark. Everybody else 31, 32 seconds. These drivers 30.89, 30.79. Billy Brickley was still the quickest car on the racetrack. And you're still looking at 2/10. There is Cole Duggar, who gets by Josh Van Martin. How about Jordan Eder now up to position number 5? He's sort of come out of nowhere as well. So we'll keep an eye on Duggar, who was looking for a top 5. We spoke to him during that last caution flag and just getting his thoughts and process and how he's going to attack that one. But it is, once again, your race leader, Brendan Howell, Billy Brickley, with a good nose-to-tail run down the backstretch.
Brickley beginning to really put the pressure on, though. Here, 1 car out of the race so far. It's Tyler Schultz. Remember, this is hashtag Strong as a Mac, a charity race here tonight. And it's been a great cause all night long. Lots of great action here on dirt throughout the course of the evening. But now we're going around and running on the pavement, something not a lot of guys in this race are used to. We talked about it in the pre-race, as this is not something these guys are very used to. We do have some drivers here with asphalt experience, Brickley, Cole Duggar, a couple of others to mention as well. But you can definitely see that the experience on asphalt, as Duggar just clipped the wall off of turn number 4 into number 11, and he's got some damage on the right side of that number 11. So no doubt he will be looking for the fast repair next time he comes in. And again, the good news for him is unlimited fast repairs. But Brett, with this aero package that these cars have, just barely tapping the wall can spell disaster for you until you come in and get that damage repaired.
Yeah, I guess you could almost call it like the late models, you know what I mean? Well, I don't know if you know, but you know, the late model guys, once they damage that spoiler, it can hurt their race cars, and obviously that's what it's gonna do here to Cole Duggar. So we'll have to see how Cole Duggar fares over the next what is going to be a lot of laps, and still 95 laps left to run. It just seems like an absolute age. It feels like we're going to be on the asphalt side of things. But you mentioned as well a 1 hour and 25 minute time limit. That may come into play, especially with those early cautions as well. But I'm going to say, how about Brendan Howell? He's actually driven away. Now that those tyres have gone away from Billy Brickley, Brendan Howell has actually driven away from Billy Brickley over the last probably 3 or 4 laps. He's opened up now a 0.7 of a second lead. It's almost out to 0.8 of a second in just 3 or 4 laps to pick up 2-3 of a second of a lap. That's a pretty big gap, considering that both these drivers are now on those older tires.
Yeah, what we're seeing right now, the tires have kind of hit the plateau that we like to say here on the pavement side. What that means is the new on the 00 is worn out, so now they're kind of running about the same. Even though Howell has about 20 more laps on his tires than Brickley does, they've hit the plateau that we talk about a lot on the pavement side, and now there's not really a clear-cut advantage. They haven't fallen off the cliff yet, but they have settled down, they're equalized, and now we're starting to see that with Howell being able to drive away. Either that, or I'm looking at the 00 to see if maybe I can see any damage on the right side, kind of like what we see with Cole Duggar. There is none to be seen right now on the 00, so that concern goes out the window. I think it's just a matter of the tires have just equalized now, as that new has gone away and they're already up in lap traffic now, as we do have one car on pit road. Joe Garcia has come down pit road and he's 4 laps down, and he's just kind of sitting there right now with no sign of heading back out. So Joe Garcia might be done in the number 114, and he's kind of coming up and down days. You see the lap traffic there, the number 84 trying to get out of the way there. That's Jonathan Paquette. As Brickley right now, he may be just screaming, okay, I need more tires again.
Yeah, just noticed Joe Garcia there, who actually is back on the racetrack, or he's just exited pit road. So maybe just getting some fresh tires, getting some fresh rubbers on that 114 machine. But he'll come back on the racetrack, and well, he'll be right in the thick of things, right around the midway point, or the mid-pack drivers, I should say. Brendan Howe, he is just absolutely killing him at the moment. He's just dominating. But I gotta say, again, looking at the 1.4 second differential now, what was it, 4 laps ago? It was 7/10 of a second. He is just, with the tire equalization that himself and now Billy Brickley, you can just tell Billy Brickley with how new those tires were compared to Brendan Howe. I gotta say, Brendan Howe looks very, very tough to beat from this point on.
Number 88 of Howell set on kill mode right now, as he has led every single lap thus far. 47 laps in the books of 135. We're 3 laps away from 50. We're about 15 away from the halfway point. But remember, the time limit is going to be a factor here before too long, as we are just about trying to do some quick announcer math in my head right now. Not going too well. We are about 5 minutes from halfway or so in this one. Actually, 2.5 minutes from halfway in the time limit as well. So at the rate we're going, we would not make it to the time limit. However, this has been a nice long green flag run. So with that said, if we can keep this going and click some laps away, well, as I say, we've got a big accident. It's Garcia and Trent Cameron, who was up as high as 2nd earlier, as the caution falls once again.
Yeah, this is now going to make things interesting, because we know the last couple of times we've seen the caution, Billy Brickley went in for tires. He was quick. We'll take a look at your strong as a Mac instant replay. The question has got to be asked for Brendan Howe. Does he go for tires? If he decides to go for tires now, knowing that there's unlimited, does he? Can he get through the field if the rest of the field doesn't pit? Does Billy Brickley, does he do what Brendan Howe does? Does he go in for the, does he follow Brendan into the pits if Brendan goes in? Or does he opt to stay out and hope that, he's going to be able to hold Brendan off on the long run? Probably a quick answer for that one. I mean, if I'm Billy Brickley, I go in for tires regardless.
Oh, I think every single driver is coming for tires right now. And I don't think a single driver is going to stay out there. Now, the question is, can you get away with 2 tires? This is something that we've seen tried time and time again in Cup cars, but normally they try it in the second half of the race. But you may see someone try it here, get some track position, as we've seen track position be important, and see what it'll do for later on in the race as the cars slide in. For a lot of guys, this is going to be their first time making a pit stop, and I'm very curious. I think we may have seen a couple of drivers miss their pit stall, including Benjamin Burke in the 99. He missed his pit stall. That's another thing you got to be concerned with these cars. Burke is going to come out 3rd on pit road. No, he's going to come out 2nd. I think he barely beat Brickley, but the problem is he missed his pit stall, so he's going to have to come around and try it again.
How big of a disadvantage is that in missing your pit stall? Whether you have to go around and do another lap, or whether you got to reverse back up, or if you're not centered correctly in the pit stall, how much does that take an effect in the latter part of the race?
Well, the good news is for him, it's under caution. So he'll come down, he'll try it again, go to the pit stall, make his pit stop, he'll restart tail end of the field. The good news is once the race restarts, that's out the window, and now you just got to try to focus on getting your way back up to the front. No long-term implications really for that. It's more or less just a matter of, okay, can I drive back through the field again as he comes down pit road again to come around. He's going to pay very close attention now, and he's going to get that fast repair as well because he's got some damage there. You see on the right side, that is absolutely killing the straightaway speed of the number 99 right now. That little flare out on the right rear, he's going to pull into his pit stall. There's the fast repair. Get those 4 tires. He'll restart tail end of the lead lap in what looks to be 18th position by the time we go back green. And the good news is once that's done and over with, when the green flag falls, that's it. It's done and over with. Now he's just getting back up to the front as well as he can.
All right, well, we'll see how far Benjamin Burke can do, or how far can he advance through the field. But we go back to your race leader, Brendan Howell. And our question is going to be, we know Brendan Howell's good on the long run. How is he going to handle the short run distance? Because we know Billy Brickley, we've seen after that last caution, how he was able to maneuver through pretty much half of this field, if not a little more than half of this field. He done it in a way that he was still able to produce faster lap times than what your race leader was doing. Billy Brickley was doing that in traffic, whereas Brendan Howell, the only thing that he had to deal with was just making sure that he hit his marks.
And here's another factor to play into this as well. Brickley is going to have another very fast car lined up behind him. He's going to have Cole Duggar lined up directly behind him right now on the outside. Cole Duggar is also shown to be just as stronger than Billy Brickley. Now they're going to be lined up nose to tail on this restart. So if Duggar can get up and give Brickley a good enough push on this restart, they could both, in theory, clear the 88 of Howell and try to set sail. But the problem with that is Howell's going to be very strong on the initial start. We saw him on the initial start go from 3rd to 1st before the caution came out. So we know how strong the 88 car is. We've seen it all night. I'm curious of, can Brickley and Duggar work together here on the outside to make a run and try to get around Howell?
Yeah, well, I just got a text message from the crew chief in the 11 team that Cole Duggar, that last restart, he actually restarted in 16th position, and right now he's going to restart in the 4th spot. So on a fresh set of tires, Cole Duggar done exactly what Billy Brickley did. You know, he had to drive through the field on a fresh set of tires, while some of the drivers up towards the front, they might have had all the tires. But to come from that far back in such a short distance, I'm looking forward to this restart as we're back underway.
That could be a problem, though. A little bit of connection issue on the 00, and the guy who's going to be the most scared about that will be Duggar, because as you see him fall in line now, the problem when you start blinking out, I'm sure you've seen it on the dirt side, we've seen it on the asphalt side, we've seen it on the road course side, when a car blinks out, you don't know where that car is going to blink back in. So Duggar may have had to check up there and go, okay, I don't know where he is. Give him room. Okay, there he is. And what that did, that allowed Howell to get a big enough jump on both of them to be able to pull away. And I've noticed that a couple of times so far tonight with Brickley, one car getting close to the wall deep in the field. That was the 40 of Parker getting close to the wall. As now Duggar is going to go to the outside. And Duggar has seen these connection issues on Brickley. He wants to get around them as quick as possible.
Well, again, Duggar, Brickley, Howell running 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Howell, again, pretty good, or looking pretty good so far on this shorter run. Cole Duggar as the yellow flag comes out. We'll see if we can get a look here at your Strong as a Mac instant replay as to what happened and why we are under the yellow flag conditions.
Even the field, this is the 20 of Brandon Morgan broke loose, and the 14, believe that was actually the 9 on the 9 on the ticker of Tyler McGoldrick going around. And that Tony Stewart tribute, number 14. But yeah, that's kind of a rough one. Here's we fall back under caution, and now Duggar's going to line up for this one behind Brandon Howell. But here's the thing. Now, about 5 laps into that set of tires, will we see some guys deep in the field try it to get a little bit more of an advantage? will we see some guys up front say, you know what, let's see what it does on 5-lap difference? This is it. Or this is the thing with unlimited tire races. It makes for some very interesting pit strategies.
What sort of time limit are we looking at, or how much time, I should say, is left in the session? Because I know we spoke about it earlier about the time limit. May come into it as a highly possibility that we might see that time limit come in. And well, if we're looking at 43 minutes a lap so far, we've basically got 25 and 15. So that's another 40 minutes. It's taken 43 minutes to go through, say, 55, 56 laps. I don't think, unless these guys go green to check it to the end of the run, I think we are going to hit that time limit.
Yeah, the time limit very much clicking away here very quickly, and with every caution that comes out, it's just going to click that much time away. Only one taker on pit road. It was Druick in the number 19/22 on pit road. Only driver to come down pit road. Brendan Howell, he has led every single lap thus far, but now he's got the two strongest cars all day, being Billy Brickley and Cole Duggar, lined up behind him. Brickley going to start to his outside again. Duggar going to be directly behind him, as Druick has loaded up on the hauler and called it a night in the number 19. So he will be the third driver, to retire from the race. I believe the 25 of Ryan Frugier, that's the strong as a Mac entry. Number 25 is the lucky dog, so he's going to get his lap back. 19 cars on the lead lap. We get set to restart once again here at Kansas. Time limit very well could come into play. I think one more caution will settle it down that it's guaranteed that we will not make it the full length. I think they can still make it if they go green from here, but one more caution, I think that's the end of it.
All right, well, we'll see. Hopefully we don't end up having that caution. There's a bit of a tough start to the race here at Kansas, but again, a lot of these drivers, coming from the dirt side of things, only a handful of drivers have got that asphalt experience. We've got 4 cars. Ryan Nielsen out. We've got Tyler Schultz out of the event. Joe Garcia out. Austin Drucke out of the event. So that leaves 20 cars left on the racetrack, and with still more than half race distance to go. What are we? 70, 65, which is half of 130. So you got 60. So we've got about 10 and a half laps before we get to the halfway stage. So about lap 67, lap 68 is when we're going to be halfway home.
It'll definitely be interesting for sure to watch as this unfolds. As we close in on halfway once again, like you just mentioned, line them up this time, re-rack them, restack them, and let them loose. Brendan Howell, Billy Brickley going to be your front row. Cole Duggar, Jeremy Weigel, he's been pretty strong up there outside row 2 now. Car number 5 on ticker. It's a number 20 on your screen. I've been so impressed with the recovery also for the 37 of Bells, as he has had a couple of moments, including going pinballing down the backstretch. And now here he is in the top 5. Once he got his race settled down, that 37 Ford Mustang has been one to watch for sure. He restarts inside row number 3.
What word did you say?
He's talking about the manufacturer on the number 37. Our producer is saying not allowed to say a certain manufacturer. That is not allowed. It starts with an F, ends with a D.
Ah. What? Ford? Oh, you mean the found on rubbish dump? That's what its initials are. Found on rubbish dump.
I'm going to use that one. That's a new one.
Yeah, or fixed on race day. I mean, I could say another 6-letter word. It starts with F, and it similar to trucked.
Yeah. There's several different options. Go.
Absolutely, yeah, you can say that on fixed on race day. You can change the fix, but we're going to watch Cole Duggar look to the inside here on Billy Brickley. This is working lap number 59, so still plenty of laps. Again, we're about 9 laps away from half race distance. Billy Brickley getting a power move to the outside side draft. I know I spoke about drafting, but side draft is a thing here, right?
Yeah, side draft, very much a thing with this aero package. And remind me to tell you my favorite little acronym for that specific car brand after the race, as Cole Duggar clears Brett Brickley. And that's big for him because he's been trying to get around him for the last few laps with those connection issues that Brickley has had. So now Duggar can set his sights 100% on Brendan Howell in the number 88, trying to close in, trying to use a little bit of a draft too from Brickley. Now that he's clear of him, he wants to try to get into the slipstream of the 8, but keep the number 00 in his tire tracks as well. So definitely a couple different things to play with here for these guys on the pavement side of things. A lot of them mostly dirt racers, but there are some sprinkled in with pavement experience. And I think you're really seeing the cream rise to the top in that regard. As you see right now, the top 3 have really established themselves as the 3 cars to beat right now. Howell, Duggar, and Brickley, with Weigel and Bells still hanging back there. And again, I'm just so impressed with Bells. How about Trent Cameron as well? He got caught up in an incident not too long ago. He's now trying to fight back for a spot in the top 5.
Yeah, I was just going to say Bells and Cameron again. Bells was one of those first cautions. Remember, he was the one that went barrel rolling down the back straight, landed it on all fours and drove away from the scene of the crime. And again, stuck the landing. So I'll give him, I don't know if I give him a 9 or a 9.5, but we'll give him whatever he wants. But tell you what, to work through the field, the way that he's done it, we spoke about it earlier. A winner does not necessarily mean that they're always going to be up front. As you said, the unlimited tires, the unlimited fast repairs, because we see majority of the dirt racers who don't run asphalt all that often. We've seen that in the first part of the race. How about Trent Cameron getting passed there by Michael Schwartz in that number 24 machine? Now Schwartz going to try for a top 5 here in just a few moments time, but he's going to catch back up to Bells. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, we spoke about drivers that went in for the fast repairs, went in for the tires that inside of 15 laps. When on a normal race where you had 2 sets of tires, you wouldn't do that early on.
Now you would really try to settle things down with the 2 sets of tires, but with the unlimited tires, it's definitely playing into these guys' wheelhouse now, knowing that they can just go all out as much as they can. I'm going to check back in with the 99 of Burke, as we see something, a lot of smoke there coming out from mid-pack. Looks like the 24 having an issue.
Yeah, in fact, Trent Cameron, in the 36 machine, just snuck up on the left rear there of Michael Schwartz in that 24. The pair made contact, and Schwartz done very well to save that. You got to wonder if there's any right front damage to that 36 machine of Trent Cameron, as he sits currently in 6th position. Again, just an update on the GoFundMe, 2,655. I wonder if we've got our pit road reporter. I wonder if he's got his headset on, and maybe we can try and get a word from him. We'll see if we can get Brandon Moore. I'm not sure if he's about or whether he's trying to chat up the old pit lizards behind the haulers.
Battle going on for second. The 37 of Bells got around Brickley and has set his sights on Duggar. And meanwhile, they are closing in on Howell. So all of a sudden, the Mustang is closing in on the outside, trying to get a run on Duggar. He's almost clear off of 2. Got him off of 2. Caution.
Oh, look at that. A timely caution just as we tap into the headset of what I thought our pit road reporter, but turns out he's actually on the racetrack and just completely slipped my mind. Brandon, you've taken the headset off, you've put the microphone down, you've been given the all clear from Jimmy, the security guard, to go in and race. How are you finding it so far?
So far it's been pretty good. Had a few struggles here. I was up to about 10th or 11th, had a bad start, dropped back about 6 positions, but it's been a pretty good car so far. Just happy to be out here for the Strong as a Mac event and hoping we can raise a little more money here as we finish up the rest of the night. And, it's like you guys been talking about, the tires and the fuel and everything. It's all going to come to a factor here as we fight down for the last 35 minutes of the race.
Knowing that you guys have got unlimited fast repairs, unlimited tires, does that at all change your game plan, for this race?
Yeah, it can a little bit. For me, it's not so far because so far I've been caught up and having to get some fast repairs just to getting caught up in some of the mess. So right now I'm just trying to use these tires and hope that my tires are better than everybody else without going to the pits to lose those 5 or 6 positions.
Oh, at the moment you currently sit at about 14th position with the yellow flag coming out. You're trying to fake for a few more positions. You see about 7 or 8 cars come to pit road. Your process or your thoughts on why you didn't want to come back down to pit road?
I had a later pit than everybody else due to some damage, so I might just, I figured, you know what, let's just give it a whirl and see what we can go, because if we go caution again, we're going to wind up finishing this under caution at the rate we're going, so I'm just going to try and ride it out and move up about 10 positions.
All right, well, again, can tell you that so far the amount rain on the GoFundMe is 2,655, and again, we obviously, we don't wish this upon anyone, but for Michaela and the family to go through what she's done, just a real testament to not only the iRacing community, but people in general, just to come together and support a wonderful family.
Absolutely, yeah. I know Michaela's probably should be asleep, but she's probably watching, so I'm sure she's enjoying every minute of this.
All right, well, look, we'll let you get back to focusing and listening to your spotter and getting a game plan in attack, or getting a game plan set for this final back half of the race. But as you said, Parliament probably going to come into it now. All right, there we go. That was Brendan Morgan. Greg, and yellow flag was out. The hashtag strongest Mac instant replay. I think that was the 24 car, if I'm not mistaken, that I seen having some dramas.
And he has parked it for today. That's Michael Schwartz. He was 22 on the ticker, but was running that William Byron inspired number 24 Exalta Chevy. He is loaded up on the trailer, so he will become the 4th driver to park it for the night. Ryan Nielsen never took the green flag in car number 17. 23 drivers took the green flag. 18 still on the lead lap, with Terry Mellum 2 laps down in the 12. 30 minutes left in the time limit. Things are going to get a little hairy here because these drivers are just past halfway lap-wise, but they are beyond halfway in the time limit. Now the adrenaline's going to get going. The anxiety is going to go up. The intensity is going to go up, and we're going to see ourselves an entirely different ballgame here for the second part of this race.
Well, right now, as again, we start lap 70. 65 laps, or what would be 65 laps remaining again, with the time limit being this short. Jason Bells, do you think he's got anything for Brendan Howe and just on sort of drivers moving through the field? How about Jason Randolph? He's going to restart in 4th position. 16 positions he has gained in this race so far.
And he's one of those guys I was paying attention to earlier, because when we checked in earlier, remember when we had a couple of drivers who had started outside of the top 10 that were now in the top 10? Now, only 4 drivers who started in the top 10 are in the top 10. 5, excuse me. Cole Duggar started 10th, but he still has that double digit next to the grids line. So my apologies for that one. But yeah, the biggest mover of the race is Jason Randolph in that number 23 Camaro. Very quiet race as well, just picking his way through the field. And now up in the top 5 for the first time tonight. What can he do up here with Howell and company? Bells, though, the way he's been able to settle this thing down and get this race going the way he wants it to, I think he may have the best shot all day of trying to get around Brendan Howell.
Well, one thing as well, to a bit of food for thought here. Cole Duggar, Billy Brickley, a couple of drivers that were running 2nd and 3rd. They come into pit road if they had any slight damage. They got that fixed, and not sure whether they would have taken fuel or not. But they've also got a fresh set of tires underneath them. We know that could be very crucial in the first sort of 5 to 10 laps of a green flag run. And with Brendan Howell, who was yet to come down pit road, the next question happens to be he's come down once. Fuel. Will these guys have enough fuel for the rest of the race?
From here, in theory, yes, but the problem or that really won't be a factor though, because I mean you got to expect another caution the way this race is unfolded. If you're behind the wheel, you've got to be banking on a caution, and whenever you come down pit road, you've got to get a run on fuel. Excuse me. When you get I lost my train of thought there. When you come down pit road for tires, you always are going to top off on fuel. That's going to be the thing. So the way this race has been going, you're expecting more pit stops. You're definitely going to top off for fuel. But mathematically, yes, you can make it to the end.
Well, speaking of losing food for thought there, don't worry too much. I've got no idea when it comes to the asphalt side of things. I'll give you the hot tip. This is way out of my comfort zone. I actually did I don't know why we got talked into this, but we actually did a truck race at the Daytona road course for some reason. Don't know why we opted to do that one, but I blame BJ for that one, and that was 41 laps. But well, what about the battle now for the race lead? Jason Bells looks to the middle part of the speedway. Brendan Howell tried to protect that bottom line as they come to the start-finish line. Brendan Howell is just going to have it by about 0.05 of a second.
So as we go side by side for the race lead, Bell's going on the outside of Howell, trying to clear side by side. This is what pavement racing is all about right here. These long side by side battles, just inches apart, but still able to keep it clean, not touch each other. This is what this package was designed for here, and you're seeing it right now. Well, Brendan Howell again, he's holding strong on the bottom side of the racetrack, and now look at the 11 of Cole Duggar. He has snuck his way back up into a top 3. He picked up half a second over the drivers in 1 and 2, Brendan Howell, Jason Bells, and now here he comes, Cole Duggar looking for position number 3, clear as day, and now look at the run he gets out of that 4th turn and down the what is somewhat of a front straightaway, and did the tri-oval.
He's going to make it right nearly.
Holy split. Just a little bit going off in the turn number 1.
He's nuts. The guy's got no fear about him whatsoever. He's not afraid just to throw it in there.
Now, see, I got to call Cole Duggar in a cup race one time at Talladega. He wound up winning that race, so I'm not at all surprised to see that number 11 Toyota Camry really showing a lot of strength here, as he was one of the fastest cars in practice as well. I believe he topped out at second. One car got the wall. I think that was Van Manen in the number 5. I think he just scraped the wall, and that unfortunately is really going to play a hindrance here in his ability to run with these guys now at the draft, as Duggar with a big run to the inside of Bells.
That is.
And he's going to get a run on the outside of Howell as well.
Slide job, somewhat of a slide job on the asphalt. And Duggar, what about the run he got through turn number 1 and 2? He's going to go for it again. He's going to go upstairs and just watch the momentum that he carries on the top side. I wouldn't be surprised if he cuts it down underneath him if Brendan Howell moves up the racetrack. Here he is. Brendan Howell moves up. Duggar now ducks to the inside, sticks a nose up on the inside, says, hello, I'm here. Move out of the way. Cole Duggar to the race lead. And finally, someone is in front of that 88 machine. Slide job by Cole Duggar.
But Howell tried the crossover, but at the line, it is official. Cole Duggar becomes the first driver not named Brendan Howell to lead a lap. Meanwhile, Brickley back up to 3rd in that number 00. I think he may have some fresher tires as well, as he's charging up through the field. Duggar here leading the way. And Brett, I know you know him as BJ, but I know our buddy in the production truck as the One Thumb Wonder, and he has got to be happy watching one of his cars lead the way right now.
Yeah, well, actually, half a thumb now. Apparently, he's had that taken off. Apparently, it's grown back. So he's gone from 9 fingers to 9.5. So he's grown half an inch. And well, story of his life apparently.
And Kathy, who watches all of our races on LSRTV, she knows exactly what I'm referencing there on that one. I think I've told her the story a couple of times. You're welcome for that, buddy. As Brickley trying to get a charge up to the outside. Look out behind him, though. Jeremy Parker, who's kind of had an up and down race. He's up in the top 5 now.
Yeah, again, Parker, probably one of those drivers on a fresh set of tires and now up on the inside there on Brickley. And how about, well, Parker, we haven't really seen too much of him in this in the Cup race. He was good in the Pro Late Model race. He held on for a win at Knoxville, but now, as he runs down into turn number 3 and 4 for the asphalt here at the Kansas City Speedway. What is it, Kansas City Speedway or Kansas Speedway? I'm just going to go with Kansas Speedway. Yeah.
Kansas Speedway.
Again.
Located in Kansas City, but it's just Kansas Speedway.
Yeah, see, look, there's a perfect example of meaning of, yeah, I've absolutely got no idea what I'm on about. But now look at this. Brendan Howe, actually outside of the top 3, courtesy of Parker and Brickley. And Parker is actually the quickest car on the racetrack at the moment.
And Parker up to second, as now Howe, once he got past, now we're starting to see the rest of them go, okay, one can do it, we all can do it. And I think we're starting to see these fresher tires finally come into play here, as we're still early enough in this run that it was okay. Howe, it's been a while since he came down pit road. Want to check in with Benjamin Burke in the number 99, who's in the wall right now after contact with Dante Brown. Keeps it clean and green for the time being, but checking in with the number 99. Remember, he was the one, Brett, who missed his pit stall under that caution about, what was it, 20 laps ago, 30 laps ago? He has climbed his way back into the top 10, so he's been able to recover nicely up about right around where he was. Wow, someone got really loose there off of turn number 4. That was the 6 on ticker, 19 on screen, Dante Brown. He is in a world of trouble right now. That car is evil. Talking about the number 19, but we got to pick that up later because we got a battle for the race lead. Jeremy Parker wants the lead now.
Yeah, picked up 0.2 of a second on Cole Duggar on the previous lap. And again, we'll see what Jeremy Parker, we'll see what Cole Duggar can do to protect it and hold on to the race lead. Parker gets those left side tires almost down into the grass, and you got to be careful not to do that too often because it probably can come back to bite you if you get those left side tires in the grass. How much does that affect the race car when you go back, or when you go from asphalt grass back to asphalt?
Oh, it's definitely abrasive on the tires, and the big problem with these cars is if you get into the grass, it does a lot of damage to the splitter of these cars, and that has been the focal point of one of the biggest debates about these Gen 6 cars, the splitter. If you get down in the grass, it's not as bad on the iRacing server, but in real life, if you so much as touch that grass, your splitter is destroyed and your day is done. It's not as bad here on the server as it is in real life, but that is a main focal point of debate with these cars, and it still is kind of a discussion of, with the Gen 7 car, NASCAR Next Gen that comes out next year, what are we going to see with that as far as that goes? You've actually seen a lot of tracks. I believe Kansas may be one of them, and it hasn't been updated now, of course, because it's been a while since Kansas was last scanned for iRacing, but you've seen a lot of tracks switching from natural grass to turf on the infield, artificial turf in the infield to replace grass to try to combat that splitter issue. And that's the main issue with that, but it's not as big a problem here. Here, when you get in the grass, it's more or less just a little bit more abrasive on the tires.
Well, not an issue right now for Cole Duggar as he continues to lead. He has just led the 88th lap of the race. We are still some 46 laps away from the checkered flag, but again, we spoke about it earlier. The time limit is certainly going to be an issue with Brandon Morgan in that number 20 machine. We've spoken to both these drivers on stream, Brandon Morgan, Cole Duggar, about how they're feeling earlier on in the races. Morgan going to let Jeremy Parker on by. Just probably the last 3 or 4 laps, Jeremy Parker, Cole Duggar, the only 2 drivers sub at 31 seconds. Everybody else 31.2s, 31.3s. Billy Brickley, he's still in the 31.3s as well. And we got dramas there for Daniel Kelly. That's a good save there by Daniel Kelly. It's
beautiful save.
It's a real art and a real talent to save these cars. How fast do these cars go? About what, 160, 150?
Oh, we're going much faster than that. I think at that point of the track, well, I'm watching Brendan Howell and saw where it was. I'm watching Howell in the number 88. I'll let you know how he's going to that exact part of the racetrack. 186 is where he topped out in that spot that the 9 had the issue with there. And that right there, Brett, that's where that dirt track background was able to come in handy.
180 miles per hour, and he was able to save that car as it got out from underneath him. Cole Duggar, 0.3 of a second to Jeremy Parker. Billy Brickley, about 1.4 seconds behind Parker. Then you go back to a similar distance between Brickley and fourth place driver of Jeremy Weigel. And then 0.3 of a second back to the car on screen, the 88 of Brendan Howe, who was, well, up until about 10, 12 laps ago, he was the man to beat. And it almost looked like, Greg, that he was not going to be touched. And all of a sudden, late in this race, I don't know whether it's there's an issue wrong with the car or maybe it's a driver issue, but he's really started to struggle these last 10 to 15 laps.
And I think that's just the product of maybe the tires are just going away. They're too far shot on the number 8. And you're seeing the guys with a little bit of a fresher set of tires. Duggar, Parker, Brickley, and company able to pull away right now. It's a 2-horse race now between Duggar and Parker. As I keep looking over the 88 of Howe, and I've not seen any damage on it. Trying to get a closer look at it. Yeah, he looks clean as far as cosmetic goes. So I think that's just a matter of tires. Wow, another one there for Daniel Kelly in the number 9. He got the wall, and it bounced him down. Another fantastic save. This dirt background definitely coming in handy for Daniel Kelly.
Yeah, just watching Jeremy Parker here on screen, car number 40 for Sub-Zero Racing. Just look, he pushed up just a little bit and probably got on the gas too much. How much brake would you use around this type of racetrack? Yeah, I know, the smaller tracks or tracks like Bristol or what's that real tight one that looks like Winnings? Martinsville. You obviously use a whole lot of brakes around there. What kind of or how much percentage of a brake would you use around here? Would you just be sort of trail braking that one, or would you just be rolling off the gas and just letting it roll through the?
With this package, you can let it roll. You might have to just barely feather the brake pedal, maybe 5% at max, but for the most part with this package, you can just roll the throttle, feather the gas, and you can almost stay wide open here through probably 85% of this track and just lift the throttle just a little bit there on corner entry. It's all about driving style for each driver, what they like to see. So you might see some drivers trying to ride the wall and hold it wide open. You might see some drivers feathering the throttle, just letting it roll, and you might see some of them just tapping the brake pedal just a little bit to try and get themselves the advantage. It's all about driving style. Me personally, I'm kind of in the middle there. As Parker going for the inside for the race lead. Parker with his biggest challenge of the day thus far. He's got the nose in front clear, but watch out for the crossover as Duggar tries to get back to the bottom.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could really see Cole Duggar trying to set that up for a crossover out of the second turn and down the back stretch. But for the first time tonight, Jeremy Parker finds himself in the race lead, yet to lead a lap as we make our way through the third and fourth turn before we get to the tri-oval. Lap number 97 is complete. So according to the timing screen, we are still 38 laps away. But time, once again, we should be able to bring that time up for you on the right next to the lap counter as well. That is going to determine, again, we've got an hour and 25-minute session for the guys, and you wonder how close we are getting it to that time limit. 15, make that 14 minutes away. We're turning 31-second lap times. We should come close.
I don't think so.
30. Okay, well they're 32.
I think we're too far. I think we're still too far out.
You know how you do, Matt?
Ooh. One car in the wall right in front of the leaders. That was a Frugier in the number 25, and he's fighting it still. Doing the math. I'm doing announcer math, which is, as we all know, announcer math, not good math, not the best math, because if I was good at math, we wouldn't be doing this. But 3 wide between lap traffic, but doing some quick announcer math in my head, I still think we're about 5 laps short on time limit, and that's if we stay green the rest of the way.
Well, according to how I just worked that out, I think we're about 7.5, 8 laps away. So we should get to about 126, 127, around that area. Cole Duggar trying to catch back up to Jeremy Parker. Again, Jeremy Parker, the race leader, and has been for the last number of laps. Billy Brickley, again, looking to close in. They are very, very similar in lap times between Parker, Duggar, and Brickley. Brickley has now got Brendan Howe again, who's somewhat made a little bit of a resurgence running that number 88 machine, Greg.
And I've noticed this, that Brickley's car really seems to fall off quite a bit here on the... Boy, Howell got a good run there, but Brickley was able to shut the door. But I've noticed on the longer the run, Brickley's car really seems to fall off. And we noticed that when Howell was leading the way as well. That may be a thing with the setup. I believe this was an open setup race, so drivers were allowed to kind of tinker with it. And I think that may just be an issue with the setup on Brickley's car, as I've noticed it twice now on long runs, as it's kind of fallen off late in the going. Parker, though, continuing to lead the way.
Yeah, Parker and Duggar 1 and 2, but right now there is Jeremy Weigel running back there in position number 5. Got Daniel Kelly behind him as well. Brickley. Oh, yellow. And this is going to shorten the race up a bit as well. This might be a stint for a last, probably say 15, maybe 20 laps.
If that. This may... Oh, it's the 84 of Paquette. This may be what sets it up. We may be looking at quite possibly our last restart here. We're maybe looking at what we call the money stop here on pit road. I'll talk more about that in a moment as you see Paquette lose it off of turn number 4 into the grass. And again, talked about it earlier. If this was an actual race, that splitter would be destroyed. Fortunately, the iRacing side of things, that is not a factor. If you see some of the cars making their way through. But this is setting up now, Brett, what we on the pavement side call the money stop. It all comes down to what happens on this pit stop right here. Drivers have tires available to them. They're going to be able to come down, 4 tires and a splash of fuel. This is what we call the money stop. It all comes down to what these guys can do on pit road. You want to make absolutely no mistakes. You want to be as perfect on pit road as possible. Even though you're under caution, you want to be as perfect on pit road as far as speed goes. You don't want to lose any time. Let's just go on pit road, get 4 tires and fuel, and let's set it up. Here comes the money stop down pit road.
I was just going to say, is this a point in the race where Brendan Howe says, you know what, I'm not going to worry about it. I know I'm good on these runs, especially when the tires get like this, but it looks like every driver has come down pit road. Tyler McGoldrick. Yeah, go on.
Brett. Sorry, Brett. I'm watching to see if anyone tries a 2-tire stop here. This is the window of the race where a 2-tire stop might work. You can get just far enough ahead to try to get yourself enough track position. Doesn't look like anyone so far has tried it. Oh, yep, the 40. Jeremy Parker, 2 tires. Jeremy Parker, 2 tires in the 40. So far, he's the only one to try it.
Yeah, well,
here Cole Duggar may have done it as well.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, let's quickly tap in to the radio of the 11 machine of Cole Duggar. Cole, we you just seen the last pit stop, or what should be the last pit stop there. What was the strategy? How many tires, and did you take fuel?
Yeah, strategy there is take some fuel because I didn't take enough to go the rest of the way there. I'm actually really fortunate to have that caution. Tried saving some fuel there, and ended up taking 4 tires, and hopefully I'll do all right.
I probably shouldn't tell you this, but the race leader, the 40, Jeremy Parker, looked like he only took 2 tires. Does that sort of change a game plan on what's going to happen over these next sort of 10, 12 minutes of green flag action?
Yeah, for sure. I haven't tried that in these cars at this track. My experience, though, that 2 tires really only work decent on short tracks and iRacing. What you'll see a real loose car at first, possibly, and if it ends up tightening up, it'll end up just falling off real hard. So, if that's the case, then that may not be good for him. But if it works out of a short run, depending on our time limit here, it could actually win him the race.
Look, we'll let you get focused up and getting ready to take the green flag in just about a lap's time. We're looking at 5 and 3 is 8 minutes left of racing, so we'll let Cole get back to focusing on the final stages of this race. But we do have a special pit reporter who's gotten out of the cockpit of the race car. Brendan Morgan. Brendan, you tried your luck. You fall 13 laps shy of where they are now, but I mean that's not a bad run overall.
little bit of issues going on with some internal communication, so I just lost all communication there, and we just decided to be safe and go ahead and pull it in. So that's why I switched headsets and figured I'd come up here and help you guys out from down here at Pit Road or wherever you need me at.
Well, let's hopefully that you don't have too many problems with Jimmy, the security guard, because that SOB didn't let me in the booth for probably the first 10 minutes of this broadcast. So I'll be having words to his boss here in a minute, in about 10 minutes or so when we finish up, and he might just have to sit out a race or two. But again, just to let you know that, again, the amount of money raised on the GoFundMe is $2,655. So well above what we sort of anticipated. But, you know, we did after the sprint car race, after the third race, we're aiming for a target of 2,500. We've surpassed that one, and now we look forward to 3,000. We're 345 away. It's possible, but of course, people need to reach into their pockets if they haven't done so already.
Absolutely, and we set these nice goals, and I think we did a good job of meeting them. And if everybody wants to come out and tell 4 of their friends to help, can throw in $2 each, and we can definitely add it up. But it's been a great race here so far, and really appreciate everybody coming out and supporting the event and supporting the Strong as a Mac.
All right, Greg, we're getting ready back for the green flag. Lights are out on the iRacing safety car, or the pace car. What do you guys call it? Safety car?
Pace car. This particular one is the iRacing sedan.
iRacing sedan.
There we go.
Simplify it. All right, we're back to green.
Yep. Well, we had, as we go back under green, Parker getting away. We had a couple of different options to choose from. We had a Mustang pace car. We had a Silverado pace truck. Now it's just all simplified. We got the iRacing sedan. But we're back under green here, and this is closing stages because we are not going to make it to the end on time. And Cole Duggar going to make those 4 tires work, but look out for Billy Brickley. We know how strong he is on the short run, as well Brendan Howell on the 88. And I think you're seeing, yep, there go the 2 tires.
Oh, no.
And around goes Parker. We stay green, stay green. There's the caution.
Wow, big wreck. Wow, so...
Two tires did not work that time.
Hello.
Oh!
Wait, hang on. You're going to go struck? Yeah, okay. You know what? I thought I heard Miley Cyrus coming in. He came in like a wrecking ball. I'm not going to sing there.
Nah, we'll all spare us me singing on that one. Let's take a look at the replay here. Parker coming down.
Nearly
just breaks loose right there. Just the problem of 2 tires right there. Spins up, gets collected, and then right when you think it's over, there's one hit, and then right when you think it's over, bad. Yep.
Hang on.
There he is. Batter up.
You're out of here. Tough break for Jeremy Parker.
Tried the 2 tire strategy, and it just did not work out. As now Cole Duggar gonna get the lead back. Brickley second, Brendan Howell third, and now here's the thing. Let's get a look at the time limits. We take one more look at this. Once we're done, let's take another look at the time limits. You see, pinball 1, bingo, bango, bongo, bang, and wait for it, yoink.
That's a bish bash boss. Wow.
All right, so let's take a look at the time limit here.
4 minutes.
We are possibly setting up for a. Let's see. I'm gonna say 4 laps at maximum. We may see a green white checkered here, but I'm gonna say 4 laps maximum for this. Once we go green, we're looking at about 4 laps maximum.
Looking at what it was for the last time by, these drivers about a 1 minute. Pace lap the last time by. I think that was still sort of under race conditions, but once we come to the start finish line this time by, the lights on the iRacing, what do you call it, iRacing sedan?
iRacing sedan, yep.
Yeah, okay. So lights, if they do go out this time by, or if they stay on, this will give us a more accurate time limit of what we are looking for, and they are staying on, so we're probably on a 2 to green right now. That was 1:25. You've still got at least 2 laps, so there's nearly 3 minutes of action. I think we're going to go
Yeah, we're
green
setting up green,
and
white, checker.
white, and then a checker.
Yeah, this is green, white, checker territory now. Cole Duggar getting set to try to hold off Billy Brickley and Brendan Howell. Brendan Howell with a chance to get some redemption here after dominating the first half of the race. He has now fallen back to third. Can Cole Duggar get... Our producer will have to correct me, but we'll see if Cole Duggar can get what I believe to be his second Cup win of his career. Hearing second broadcasted Cup win, but he does have a lot of wins on official side of racing here on the iRacing server. And again, it's all for a great cause. Hashtag strong as a Mac. Looking for 3,000 to the PayPal in the link. We're getting close. We can still get there before the end of the broadcast. So definitely awesome to be racing with a cause here tonight. But Brett, we're setting up green, white, checkered. I do believe is going to be what it boils down to here.
Well, it is only going to come down to final laps we've had so far. Once we go back to green, 112 laps around the Kansas Speedway. That was an hour and 25-minute time limit, or 135 laps, whatever came first. Time limit has come first, but it has still put us into a grandstand finish. And you just got to wonder what these drivers are thinking. How they want to tackle the next 2 laps, because it is going to determine on how this race plays out. Greg, we're not too far away from this green flag, and if you're Cole Duggar now, how early can you go? How early do you want to go to try and get the jump on Billy Brickley?
It's driver's discretion. The rule is you have to wait till the pace car comes down. You can go as soon as the pace car comes down, but a lot of drivers will wait till the green light comes on. But I think right now, if you're Cole, you want to go as soon as you can. Pace car is off. He can go at any point, but I think he's going to wait for the restart zone. There he is. Green flag is out. Green, white, checkered here. Cole Duggar gets out in front of Brickley, and he opens up a big lead. Did he open up too much of a lead, though? As you see Howell trying to fall in line behind Brickley. Cole Duggar, though, on the outside. We believe, it's not confirmed yet, but we believe, as the time limit has expired, we believe we're going to see the white flag next time by.
I do believe that.
The run.
Yeah, I was going to say, I do believe that we're about to get the white flag. And just looking at the onboard shot right now of Cole Duggar in that 11 machine, 0.2 of a second lead. In fact, it's going to be the checkered flag. So the checkered flag has been thrown, and Cole Duggar is going to go to victory lane. So it was a 1-lap sprint to the end, and that Team Outlaw Motorsports number 11 machine gets the win. And how about this? That car was used as the thumbnail for the race.
They're still going. There it is. Yeah. There we go. They were still running it out, but he's going to come by. Cole Duggar, his second broadcasted Cup victory. And like you just said, he's on the thumbnail. He got it done here tonight. Well,
I've already spoken to him a couple of times during this Cup race, and no doubt we'll certainly talk to him here in just a few moments' time. But for tonight, the Cup cars here at Kansas, Cole Duggar gets the win. We'll take a look at your official results, which are about to pop up on the screen. Cole Duggar gets the win from Billy Brickley, Brendan Howell, Jeremy Weigel, and Jason Randolph. Round out your top 5, Greg.
Coming home in the 6th position. How about Jason Bell's an up and down day, but he comes home in the 6th position. Dante Brown, saw him fighting at number 19. He comes home in 7th. Josh Van Manan, Jordan Eder, and Bryce Barris round out the top 10.
Benjamin Burke home in position number 11. Tyler McGoldrick in 12th. Trent Cameron in 13th, the last car on the lead. Let Jeremy Parker in 14th, and Daniel Kelly rounds out the top 15.
Jonathan Paquette in the 84, Ryan Frugier, in the 25, last driver running at the end, Terry Mellum, Brandon Morgan, Michael Schwartz, and then drivers that didn't finish the race, Austin Druick, Joe Garcia, and Tyler Schultz. Ryan Nilsson did not start, but this is it here from Kansas.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, I'll let you go down to victory lane, and I'll let you tap to first place, and I'll take second, and then you can follow it up with a third place finish.
Sounds good to me. We're going to dial up race winner here at Kansas, Cole Duggar. And Cole, we were watching you throughout the course of the races. We're taking a look at some replays now. Cole, you were deep in the field, fought your way up into the top 5, had to fight your way back through traffic again, and then here you are at the end of the day. The pit strategy works. You're in victory lane.
Than what you'd have within like the last year. I think iRacing started implementing tire sets. It's actually kind of different tonight. That was actually kind of cool. Pretty much want to take tires if you have more than like 10 laps on your tires. Came in, got 4 tires, and I think the last time you guys spoke to me, you said there was rumors of a 2-tire stop with somebody up front, and I think it proved off pretty quick that somebody did have 2 tires for sure.
Yeah, we were watching. We thought we may have seen you take 2 tires as well, but you came back and said, no, we took 4 tires, and that seemed to be the winning call. Only one driver took the 4 tires there. So, but Cole, tell us about just running through the field. You clearly were one of the strongest cars all day long. The up and down at the end of the race, falling back outside the top 10, climbing back up into the top 5, taking the lead, then having to work your way through traffic again, getting back into the top 5 again. Up and down day for you, but it worked out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I restarted 16th after taking tires after like a 5 or 6 lap run. One of those times it was not a popular decision to pit, lost quite a bit of spots, and then got a little mixed up there with the restart, fell back about a spot or 2, and then the car just kind of came to, was able to pick up a few spots, ended up getting 6 or so, and then had a good pit stop. Crew was on top of everything, ended up coming out 4th, and then everything from there on out was just, trying to run the car nice and smooth, not burn too much of the right front off in this car. And I basically modified some iRacing setup stuff. Shout out to them. Shout out to iRacing, I guess, for a good setup. Did a little stuff to that, and ended up working out really well. And then tires were a bit of a factor on that long run, and was able to pull away from Parker a little bit. And Parker had a quick car for sure. So did Billy Brickley. It's a lot of fun racing with those guys, nice and clean for a long time, and just had to keep the car clean.
Well, Cole, we were racing for a cause here tonight. Hashtag strong as a Mac, and you proved to be strong as a Mac there at the end, getting it done. A chance for you to thank your sponsors here after winning a race for a great cause tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to thank Team Outlaw Motorsports for sure. Strong as a Mac, this whole event and everything, all 4 races tonight, it's gone really well. Absolutely awesome. I believe we've raised over $2,500, and I hear there's a big announcement coming up too. So who knows? Maybe it's more than $2,500 at this point. So that's really cool. I got to thank UltimateDirtTV too. And how about UltimateDirtTV doing an asphalt race? That's pretty cool. Doing it for a good thing. And I certainly wasn't strong as Mac tonight. She's fighting thyroid cancer, and shout out to her. Shout out to a speedy recovery for sure.
Cole Duggar, winner here of hashtag strong as a Mac at Kansas. Congratulations.
Thanks, Greg.
And I believe Brett Wheeler has gone down to the podium, where he is caught up with second place, Billy Brickley.
Yeah, chatting with Billy Brickley home in second spot tonight. Billy, congratulations, second spot. A little bit of an up and down race for you, but I mean, you come over with a second place finish. You can't be too disappointed with that one.
No, it was pretty good. We had a really good car, qualified on the pole, and my strategy was just, if we got 15, 20 laps in, we're coming and taking tires and just run our way back up through the field. But I didn't have time to build a setup, so I was running baseline setup, and it did not like right front tires after about 20, 30 laps, and that was killing us. But I wasn't expecting Cole to go blowing by us. We stayed in front of most of the race, and I thought Brendan was going to be the one to watch out for, but Cole found something there last half of the race, and he stuck it to us.
Talk us through those sort of first probably 40 or 50 laps. You had to come through the field from the back after getting tires early. You were one of the quickest cars on the racetrack, and you done it coming through the traffic. Whereas Brendan Howe, who had basically clean air in front. You were, anywhere between 2, 3, even 4 tenths quicker than him. What was it like trying to come through the field on fresher tires? And once a yellow come out and you guys stayed out there, did you think that you were going to have enough for Brendan and try and make that pass for the lead?
I don't think I had enough for Brendan. He just had a better setup, and he was able to save those right fronts so much better. Everybody else, I wish we could have got about 5 lap shootout there at the end of this one. I think I had something for Cole, but I didn't have nothing from Brendan. And coming through the field was super easy. This, I think, handled like a dream. I could run top, middle, bottom, especially with fresh tires. And we could pass anybody we wanted to, but on a long run, Brendan was able to just save his tires so much better. So he was definitely the car to beat, I think. We had the speed, but on long runs, they just couldn't do it.
All right. Well, what was you guys had a yellow, I think, with about sort of 4 or 5 minutes left on the time limit. You guys sort of ran out of time compared to trying to get the laps in. Did you think that it was going to be a green-white checker, or did you know that it was only going to be a 1-lap shootout? And what was your plan on that final restart?
Yeah, I knew we were going to only have a few laps left, so I came in. I threw 10% tape on it, raised the air pressures up just a few on the right side just to get a little more speed out of it, But I didn't realize it was going to be a 1-lap shootout there at the last one, so that kind of hurt us. But if we could have got a few more laps, like I said, I think we'd have had something because I put a bunch more tape on it, like I said, just to try to get the speed in it. I wasn't too worried about blowing it at that point.
All right. Well, we know you've got a good team behind you, and there's normally some sponsors on what we'd see normally on the dirt side of things. But Billy, before we let you go, sponsors, shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes this happen for you?
Yeah, always got to thank Sofa King Fast Sim Sports. That's our dirt team, and we venture in everything else. We kind of run a little bit of everything, but Speed World Hobbies, Goyette Trucking, Jessup Logistics, Pushing the Cushion Productions, Red Lion Race Designs, and definitely got to give a shout out to Dante Brown for even telling me about this race about 5 minutes before it. I didn't even know what was going on. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have even been in here.
All right, there we go. Billy Brickley, ladies and gentlemen, home in second spot. Greg Wrench, you caught up with Brendan Howe, our third place finisher.
And Brendan, you were one of the strongest cars throughout the entirety of the race. Started third, got the lead on that first lap, but man, watching the race unfold with the cautions early, you were able to just click laps away more and more and more under green. Then we finally got a green flag run, and you were still strong. Just what was it about the second half of the race when you kind of fell back almost outside the top 5, rally back to finish third, but what was it in the second half that made it so different?
Yeah, I think it was that caution. I think it was around laps 70 or 80 or so, and it was me. I can't remember who else stayed out on the track, but that killed me, man, because I was already on like 30-lap old tires. If you watched it, man, I got back up, I think the 5th, I think I restarted, second, went back to 7th, and went back to, 4th or 5th, and I was just like this today, man. It was all about saving tires. That's like when I race these, especially the cup cars, man, tires are everything on tracks like this that have the high downforce package. And so we just fell apart there, towards the end, but we were able to come back, man. Had a fast car tonight, super happy with it.
And just tell us about racing here on the paved side, something that not a lot of these drivers in this race we're used to, and especially for 135 laps. That is a marathon for drivers on the dirt side that normally would be doing. We talked about, 30, 40, 50 lap features. This was 135 laps on a 1.5-mile racetrack. Talk about just the sheer difference of mindset you got to go into a race this different in racing experiences as opposed to what you guys are used to.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's two completely different worlds. If you listen to any of the in-game chat we were talking earlier, is the difference, take sprint cars, for example. Sprint cars, you have heat races, 10 laps. You have to get up to the front. It's all being aggressive. You have 30-lap features, man. You have a short amount of time to get up front or you'll get ran over. But it's like playing chess, man, on the oval side on asphalt because, you got tires, you got fuel, you got your arrows. So if you tear up your car, you're going to get slower. So there's a lot more things to worry about with asphalt. I think, you can get away a little bit, not really with the winged cars and stuff like on dirt, but you can kind of get away with, beating and banging. But here, man, it's a completely different thing. And, yeah, I love it. I've been on iRacing for about a year now, and I started on asphalt and made my way to dirt. So, I wanted to try to show these dirt boys up tonight, but unfortunately I came a little short. So, yeah.
Well, definitely show that you have the powers to go out and run well on asphalt, far and away the most laps here tonight. But we were racing for a cause tonight. Definitely got to feel good to get a big win or a big third place finish here, a podium finish for you here with hashtag Strong's a Mac being the message tonight. Definitely got to feel good. Who got you here? Who got you to this podium tonight?
Man, I just want to thank all the guys over to SSR, School Sim Racing Discord. Bunch of great guys. Even though they're all dirt, man, there's still a lot of things you learn over there. You can apply to this side of it, and just all the guys I raced with, man, some really good guys on that server. I'm glad to be able to come out tonight and race for such a good cause, man. You know, I was pretty excited to see, you know, what this was going for, because sometimes, you know, it seems kind of cheap on iRacing when you have to, like, you know, spend $20 for entry fee on a race and it just goes in somebody's pocket. So it feels good. It's going for something good. And, you know, thoughts and prayers for their family, man. Yeah, I really hope the best for them, man. And this was just this was a great way to get the community together. Like, it's just awesome seeing the unity of the sim racing community, man. Just a bunch of great guys in here. You know, tonight I've met so many great dudes, man. So it was a lot of fun. You know, I definitely enjoyed it. And, yeah.
Well, thank you very much there to the number 88. Going home with a third place finish, Brendan Howell. Well, Brett, we are all wrapped up here on the racing side, but we are not done yet with the business here tonight. We've got a couple more orders of business to go to. You've been the one that's been on the call all night, so I'll let you take care of the random prize giveaways that we have planned, and we have a very special announcement as well. You've been on the call all night. I'm going to let you take it from here.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. Right, we got Josh Van Manen in the booth with us. Josh, well, obviously that race wasn't too bad. Yeah, that's not... your result isn't why we're here.
Yeah, I was, you know, something that was weird, like on dirt, you kind of know where you're running. And I mean, that kind of goes with, you know the guys in the lobby, but you kind of settle into a race and you kind of know where you're going to be. But in this, it was kind of, I mean, I was dead last. I was third. I was fifth. I was eighth. I mean, you never knew where you were going to be. It was just all about having tires at the right time. But, was hoping to get a podium. Didn't happen today, but hey, I had a lot of fun all day. So,
well, tell you what, we've got a few random draws to give away. So if our producer is ready for that, but before we do that random draw, do you want to do that announcement now? And before you say it, just okay. No, do you want to do the announcement now, or do you want to wait till after?
Let's do it now while you get random up. Just because I know Mac and her mom and her family are watching, I just made sure. I know it's super late and they're probably super tired. So let's do it now so they can go to bed.
Mr. Morgan.
Yes.
Okay, so you've obviously got your ears on. So very quickly, the GoFundMe, the people that have chipped in $2,655.
Ooh, not too bad.
Yeah, now I did tease earlier on in the night that there was going to be a special announcement. The special announcement is that I'm going to let Josh say the special announcement because he has organized something as well.
Yeah. So Tweak, he kind of knows how I run things, and I gave people multiple ways to enter just because you never really know what ways people have to pay. So there was another way that people could donate, and that was, or to enter to give donation, and that was to my personal PayPal. When the event started, so when I took my very first donation, my PayPal balance was like around $250. My PayPal balance as of now, after taking all the donations that I took, is $1,434.70. So there's another $1,100 plus dollars in my PayPal that'll be going to Mac and her family.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I know my sister's super excited. She's listening now, waiting to hear what you had to say. So she's ecstatic about how everybody came together and supported someone that hardly anybody knew, and she's really excited about that.
So that now takes the total from $2,655 to around $3,800. And coming into tonight, Brandon, we started off with trying to get to $2,000, then we got to $2,500, and then we wanted to get to $3,000 by the end of the Kansas race. Everybody that has chipped in, we've been able to raise nearly $3,800.
Yeah, absolutely. My sister said some choice words, holy and cow manure, and then I'm sure she's balling up right now. So she's super excited.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you permission to say holy shit.
Sounds good. Yeah, she definitely said holy shit, and she's been texting me back and forth. And Sparky, I got any contact information for her if you need, or I'm sure you've been already talking to her anyway. So yeah, she's super excited, and I know she's kind of speechless, and I'm sure she's tearing up right now. So.
Well, it's all for a good cause, and Brandon, you know that night in our Discord when, I mean, you didn't have two words out of your mouth, and the wheels were already spinning. I think as soon as you told us about the setup that you were getting for her, I think maybe you personally DM'd me and said, hey, what do you think about this computer? And told me, I think the first thing I said back was, we're having a charity event.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one thing I've noticed my family here is all you guys, and everybody's come together, and it's been a great deal. So.
Yep. And there's a lot of people see this as sitting down in our basement, being recluses at our computer. But when you have a platform like this, there's a lot of good you can do. And you can't forget
sitting in the basement of your mum and dad's house, right? Because that's where apparently everybody sits, right?
Yeah, thank God my parents aren't in this house. But yes, yeah, everybody except for me is in their parents' house.
Okay. All right, so now we've got some giveaways to do.
We do.
How are we doing this one?
So I'm gonna name a prize. You're gonna do a random.org, and I see you got it up there. And so the first one you'll do will be between the numbers 1 and 4, and so that'll name the race that we do. So let's say you come up with the number 3. That will be the sprint car race.
Sprint car race.
Then you'll do it again with the number of cars that were in the feature. And then, so let's say you come up 13. So it'll be whoever finished 13th in the sprint car race wins this prize.
Now, have you got the results on hand for each individual race?
I do, yes.
All right, PJ, let's go. Hit that 1 to 4 because let's get wrapped up because I've been at this computer for nearly 10 hours now and I'm over it.
So the first one we're going to do is for a free coaching session with 3-time world champ Alex Bergeron.
Well, I don't know how that's going to go because it's race 4. It's Kansas, but
a lot of dirt guys in there.
A lot of dirt guys in there, yes. Now, could that be for any coaching session or just
any coaching you want? We're gonna buy it, and you tell Alex what you want to coach on.
Right, okay, all right. So we're looking at race 4 now. How many cars did we have? 24, 23.
Looks like we had 24. Yep.
24. Righto. Let's generate that one. Who finished in position? Cole Duggar. Who finished in position 11?
Position 11, Benjamin Burke.
Right. Benjamin Burke gets the free coaching session courtesy of Alex Bergeron and ABR Setup Shop.
I do believe that position got something else as well, right?
Yes, actually. Speaking of position 11, thank you for that one. I actually kind of forgot about that one. So, Benjamin Burke, you've actually won another prize as well, courtesy of KDC Photography 11. They are going to donate an 11 pack of photos for the 11th place finisher, we were told as well. So, Benjamin Burke, he's actually just picked up not 1 but 2 prizes in that one. Now we're looking at 2 free setups for a car and truck of choice.
Yep.
All right, so go back to 1 to 4. So race 3, sprint cars. We had 23 cars, I think, for the sprint cars.
23, yep.
1 to 23, go. Yep, so 14th, and you might as well hit it again because now there's 2 free setups, right?
Yes.
So 14 and 19.
Okay, so 14 is going to be Daniel Kelly.
Yep.
He wins a free setup. And 19th is Trent Cameron.
Okay, so both Daniel Kelly, Trent Cameron will get a free setup for a car and track of their choice. Again, thanks to Alex Bergeron and ABR Setup Shop. And the last 2 giveaways we're going to do, so go back to 1 and 4. Well, hang on. Take that second one out because we'd have to go back to 1 and 4 again because there was 2 setups. You're not going to give away 2 setups for the one race. So Daniel Kelly was the first one, right?
Oh, yep. I see what you're saying. Yep, you're right.
So, yeah, apologize. So go back to 104. So now we've got 2
Okay, big block.
big blocks.
We had
And
22 cars.
20, yep. 10th place finisher in the big blocks.
Grant Vickery.
Grant Vickery going to win a free setup for a car and track of their choice. Okay, BJ, go back to 1 and 4.
This is for the free 4-packs. So for those that don't know what this is, Alex Bergeron, he released you could buy the first 4 weeks of each set. And so this is for one of those. So it'll be 4 setups in this pack.
Okay. We're looking at big blocks again.
Okay.
And 22 for number of cars. Position number 19.
James Grace.
James Grace. Rightio. Go back to 1 and 4, BJ. There we go. Pro late models, we had 14. And position number 11.
Position number 11, Ryan Frugier. So
Okay.
redraw that one. He doesn't need it.
Yeah. Go 1 and 4 again. Position 8.
Travis Gardner.
Right. Travis Gardner will win a free 4-pack of setups courtesy of Alex Bergeron and ABR Setup Shop. Amazon gift cards.
Yep, we got 4 of these to give away. 4 $25 Amazon gift cards courtesy of Ryan Frugier and Apex Auto Glass.
3 BJ, 23 for the. So we're looking at the sprint cars now. First one goes to position number 15.
Aiden Beerline.
Okay. 4. Yep, 23. So sprint cars again.
Okay.
And position number 2.
Austin Drucke.
Okay, there we go. And 4 again. 3, which is the sprint cars. And position number 9.
Position number 9, Jeremy Weigel.
Okay, 1 and 4. And this is for the final one, which is going to be the late models, which was 14. And position number 10.
Grant Vickery again.
Okay. Oh, he's winning everything. You are right. You are writing these down, aren't you? Because I'm not.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. Rightio. Now we go to the 21 Designs free paints. We'll do the 2 free paints without the spec map. So no spec map, 2 free paints. Go 1 and 4. That's a 2. Okay. That was big blocks and position number 6.
Big blocks. 6. Aiden Beerline.
Okay. 1 and 4. 2, which is big blocks again. 22, BJ. And position number 22. Wow.
Jonathan Paquette.
Okay, so that'll be that's the 2 free paints without the spec map, sponsored by 21 Designs. Now we're going to do the 2 free paints with a spec map, sponsored by 21 Designs. We're looking at that race 4, BJ. So the Cup cars and position number 21.
Austin Drucke. He paints his own cars. He doesn't need it. Redraw.
Okay, redraw 1 to 24. Yeah, I was going to say 24, not 34. Don't add cars. 5.
5. Jason Randolph.
Rightio. So that's 1 free paint with spec map, sponsored by 21 Designs. The second one is going to go to the sprint car drivers, 23 BJ. And car position 12.
Ryan Nielsen.
Ryan Nielsen will win a free paint with spec maps, sponsored by 21 Designs. Now, FEG PC sponsoring a $25 iRacing gift card, 1 to 4 BJ. And it's going to be the Cup cars. So the Cup drivers. And then it's going to go to position number 6.
Jason Bellas.
Okay, there we go. So Jason Bell's going to get a $25 iRacing gift card courtesy of FEG PC. And
the big one.
Probably the biggest one of all. Let's go 1 to 4, BJ. This is okay. So the Cup drivers. Now this is, ladies and gentlemen, for a butt kicker game of 2 sponsored by the Butt Kicker. 24 drivers in 3, 2, 1. Roll that baby. 9th place.
Oh, Jordan Etter.
Jordan Etter will win a butt kicker game of 2 sponsored by the Butt Kicker. And of course, each feature race winner as well, Josh, is going to receive a custom feature winner board courtesy of B&B Wraps as well.
Yes, sir. And one last huge thank you to the guys who have just donated the last 7 hours of their time. As soon as I came to BJ and said that we wanted to do this, he said the broadcasts are on the house. So you guys essentially just gave us your entire day, and we could not be more appreciative. Plus all the promotion work you guys did. We have a great partnership between running our leagues and everything that we kind of do together, but this was just above and beyond. So BJ, Brett, Tweak, I know called a lot of them, Brandon, Blame Alex, hashtag Blame Alex, Cole, Greg.
Is that the guy that committed to it and then backed out of it last minute? And forcing me to give up my Sunday with my family? Yeah, no, that's him. That's fine.
Hashtag Blame Alex.
I was happy. I'm more than happy to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday and get ready to start calling a race. And it's now nearly 4 o'clock in the afternoon, by the way.
Yeah. Yep.
But you know what? It's for a good cause, so happy to donate my time.
And we're very, very, very appreciative. So thank you guys. And thank you to all the drivers, everybody who came out, everybody who watched the broadcast, just everybody who had anything to do with this whole deal. The guys that helped me set it up at the team, at the firm. And thank you to Diane and Mac and Matt for kind of opening their family up to us. You know, there's a lot of personal information that's being shared across the internet right now to a lot of people, and they welcomed it with open arms, and that's not a small feat either. So we all say a bunch of prayers for Michaela and your family, and we hope this gift helps a little bit in the healing process and in the treatment process. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Well, I expect to see Mac on iRacing in probably season 3 of Apex, right? With hopefully the way things are going.
Might have to start her off in the 360s, but yeah.
You know what? She just looks like she's got the determination just to go out there and show you guys how to run a 410.
Well, she's competitive. So the first time she ran with us, I'll share this. So I know you guys are wanting to get off to, so I'll just share this story real quick. The first time she jumped in and ran with us, I had to leave early. I had to go grab my daughter. My daughter woken up and was crying. And the next morning, I woke up to a bunch of messages in the Discord about how Mac had lapped me several times. So she definitely has that edge to her.
All right, so she's not one to mess around. But all right, Josh, we'll wrap things up. Thank you for your time. Thank you very much for putting on this event. And again, just looking at the extra money that has been raised, you know, we've got see on the GoFundMe $2,670 plus you've got a little bit over 1,100. So you know we're looking at close to 3,800. And we know money isn't everything, but it certainly does ease the burden of all those medical bills and stuff like that.
Yep, and they are traveling for treatment, so it'll help with that as well.
All right, well, we'll wrap things up. Big thank you to, of course, Josh, the entire team at the Firm Motorsports for organising such a wonderful event. Big thank you to, of course, BJ, who has been stuck in the production truck for a number of hours, no air conditioning. He's been sweating his backside up. He's been complaining all night. He's been stuffing things up. You know, he's had overlays not working. His yellow flag's not working. But in the end, it's all for a good cause. We got it all fixed. It was a great show. A big thank you to, of course, Greg Rance from LSR TV, who joined us for the Cup Cars. Greg, thank you for coming in and saving our ass for this Cup race. Because, again, I'm not going to lie, I had no idea what I was doing on the asphalt.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. It was a lot of fun. Sorry, my audio went super wonky there as soon as I heard my name. I was like, "Oh, that's me." Oh no, I can't hear. But yeah, hey, thank you guys for having me. And I was really happy to be part of this great cause. I mean, definitely definitely was special to be a part of this, and no doubt hopefully that we can just keep driving those donations up more and more and more throughout the night and the coming days. And just thank you guys for asking me to be a part of this, and hopefully we get to do this again here in the near future.
All right. Well, let's hopefully that it's under better circumstances than what we have here tonight, and hopefully we can. You know, it would be nice over the next 48 hours if we could get that extra $200 odd and get to 4,000. That would obviously go a long way. Brandon Morgan, I know you're still in the booth. I know you got your headset on still. Thank you for your time, and again, thank you, for opening up and providing some insight as to what the family are going through.
Thanks, Brett. Thanks for having me. And for my sister and her husband, Mike, and Michaela, they all said thank you. And they can't wait to get back into getting some races with us.
Well, as Michaela would probably say, would be, yep.
Or sure, or whatever.
Sure, yeah. 3 words. Yep, sure, whatever it takes. But again, that'll wrap us up here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We thank you very much for your time here this evening. 4 races for the hashtag Strong as a Mac. The Pro Late Models at Knoxville, the Big Block Modifieds at Limaland, the 410 Wing Sprint Cars at Eldora, and finishing up with the NASCAR Cup Series here at Kansas. That'll do it for us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thank you to everybody that has made this possible. Big thank you to everybody that has tuned in, donated in any way, shape, or form. Your support to the family is much appreciated. But until next time, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, on behalf of BJ Duvall, stuck in the truck, Greg Rentz from LSR TV, Brandon Morgan, myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell, good night, and hashtag Strong as a Mac.